The sun rises and peeks through the trees and the leaves at the edge of the Ganges forest. The day prior, our little group of travelers ran afoul of a parade, a little march, a small group of other travelers whom had an inverse proportion of undead amongst them, in that they were pretty much all undead. Regardless, knowing that they were from Glivitatel, knowing that they could be up to nothing good, nothing that was not absolutely nefarious, because some people shared that they had insights into that kind of a thing.
You don't have friends.
This parade was brought to an end. Not before some concerning things were found, more concerning than a fist, as the military unit is called, of undead from Glivitatel so far in the southwest would make its way past the Hornsaw, past the Haggard Hills, and into the southern reaches of the Ganges. There was more. A coin was found, something that was disturbing. But they made camp. They rested at the edge of the Ganges forest, the relatively untouched realm when it comes to Titanic corruption, that is. It is the morning after our little scuffle we had the day before. Those who sleep are still rolled up in their blankets, head resting on their softest part of their traveling haversacks, what have you. There are a few that do not need to sleep, though, as Edmatha and Klig were able to just make eye contact all night when they weren't also keeping an eye out on the surrounding forest. Ganges, not as Titan-scarred as the Hornsaw it is, still has its dangers, as the travelers have seen. It is not a silent campsite, though, as the rise and fall of the heavy breaths in counterpoint to each other. Dradoki and Dor snore in perfect counterpoint to each other. As one breathes in, the other exhales. Door actually serving as a pillow or closer to a bed, because it's kind of snuggled up into his side. Door being large enough.
This is the only time I'll be jealous that I don't need sleep.
Oh, you could cuddle anytime.
Up in a tree nearby, offering to keep watch from above, arms dangling, completely asleep, one leg clutched to the branch, the other leg hanging. A black-furred manticora slumbers in the trees above you.
Toe beans.
Fucking furries.
The fire is but embers, keeping you warm on this autumn day. The light has broken through the trees, and nobody's waking up yet.
Cleek is currently crouched down, watching Jerdoki and Door. Do they all make this noise?
The cyan tones of Admatha kind of creep up behind Klieg, and she's holding a pile of rocks. Well, I don't like here, and puts another on the pile that they'd been creating together. How many are we at now?
Good question. I think I lost count at around like 112.
They've slept for 112 stones. We should wake them up now.
Yeah, we should wake them up.
Just unceremoniously drops the rocks down.
The clattering stones, probably enough to wake Smira, but the sound is buffeted by the dueling snores of Dradoki and his loyal dwarf hound.
And it was indeed enough to wake Samira, as she herself was not in a particularly deep sleep, thanks to our white noise generating friends. Oh, is it morning already?
120 stones worth of it, yeah.
What? 120 stones?
Yeah.
And you see this this kind of misshapen, slightly askew tower of rocks just off to the side, and it looks like there's rocks and there's stones, and at one point Clay threw a twig holding up another one, started making a little tower.
And at that point, you'd probably click that this has happened frequently enough. Wherever we camp, there's like little stacks of rocks.
Oh, yes. Your stones. Is this what you do every night and lose sleep?
Well, we're keeping track of how long you're sleeping to make sure you're not sleeping past, the time where you would wake up. What if you don't wake up at all? How many stones is that? I don't know.
I'll sleep when I'm dead again. And Clay goes over, throws the hood up before going over and just staring up at the tree. And starts to climb it.
This isn't one of those situations where you have to climb that singular trunk trying to hug the tree to get up. It's a rather lazy split tree that you can easily handhold your way up. No athletics check required for
I
this.
got athletics and acrobatics, no matter what kind of tree it is.
Show off.
And just kind of goes over near the branch where Jahari is. Psst. And then just opens up a small container of liquor that Clay just carries on them and just pops the cork.
Put smelling salts.
It's like shaking a treat bag.
Doesn't put it near it. Just
There's a tuft of hair just that kind of sharpens near the ends of his ears. That kind of, you see one just kind of flick ever so lightly as you do that.
time to get up. You've been sleeping for a while. Can you get up?
As he stretches, one of his feet just presses against your face as he puts a big long limbed stretch out. Hey, oh, it's morning, huh? Isn't it? Oh, wow.
Beans off the face, please.
Oh, sorry. As he grabs the branch, swings his hips off of it, and just drops to the ground, and brushes some of the bark off of his pants and vest. Looks up. What are you doing in the tree?
I like being tall.
It's a good vantage point. Brown. Lightly spiced. The whiskey?
I don't know.
I offer my services and bows low in identifying this potion for you. As he smiles that one big fang.
Clay climbs down and hands it over. Not too much. We have to get moving again.
Takes it, just raises it up in the direction of the sun. Morning, Madriel. And takes a... It's a Jahari sip.
Yeah.
So it's a big old gulp.
Yes.
Before he just smacks his lips. Ah, yes. Oh, whiskey is good. So,
The other two, I think, are still sleeping.
he looks over. I heard. Would you like me to make a quick circuit of our surroundings and while you rouse and clean up the rest?
Sure.
He looks at the jug for a second, licks his chops. I'll have more later. Heads out into the brush. You can hear the leaves rustling for only a moment, and then it's just the sounds of the forest after about, 2 steps. So we're left to the pair that sound like they are currently felling a tree with a 2-handed saw.
Well, it probably keeps, the animals away,
And invites them in.
Well, at the moment, they kind of sound rather predatory. So I guess keeping them away is pretty good. Should, how do we wake them?
I suppose by being louder than they are. Mira just kind of... Mira walks up and, what's the word I'm looking for? I want the equivalent of unsheathing her whip, unhooking it from, the strap at her hip, and just... Here we are, and just gives it a swing and just cracks it right next to their head. Time to get up! Come on!
Dor stops snoring, and immediately his head goes up, and he's making direct eye contact with you. And it's not a happy face.
Samira's got a big old grin on hers, though.
And there's a little...
It's morning.
Tradoki, on the other hand, rolls off to the side, and you can hear in between the snore, there's a little chuckle. Madam, I'm cosmopolitan, yes, but not tonight. As he rolls over.
You've given us a gift. You two have created a...
Is this a blessing or a curse?
Yes.
Oh.
That's the answer.
Dor looks at him with this look of disappointment. You see disappointment on the hound's face as the ears just kind of flatten out for a second. And Dor stands up and walks on over to one of Tradoki's packs and starts nuzzling around inside the pack. Tradoki slams his head on the ground as his rather large dwarf hound, mind you, dwarf is it's calling to where they were bred and trained, not to their size, because their size is actually rideable by most children and full-grown halflings and dwarves. Tradoki slams the ground. It's showtime. Is it showtime?
Or maybe I think you need breakfast.
I suppose yes.
Unless the whiskey counted, in which case.
No. Whiskey never counts for breakfast. Jahari might have other ideas.
Door gets up and has a small, like, ruffled paper in his mouth. He walks over to Samira and just.
Reach out, hold out my
It's
hand.
a small folded parcel.
Oh, well, presuming that he's giving it to me, I should take it and unfold the paper and.
It's 2 big pieces of fry bread. They're cold. They were probably made 4 or 5 days ago, but there's nothing growing on them, and they're lightly sugared.
Oh, lovely. Well, so
as you open it up, he delicately, with his front teeth, takes the corner of one and walks over to Tradoki and puts it in his hands. Oh, breakfast! Fantastic. He starts to just munch on the corner of bread as he looks around and gets to his feet, his full standing stature of 4'5". As he does that morning stretch of the aged, that like it takes a while
yes,
for him to
hands
get
on
his
lower
back
back.
straight. He's doing the hand in the back in the stretch while he's taking bites of the bread. Looking around, he says, "So, well, we shouldn't be too far from the Hornsaw now, correct?"
I believe from the trail we took, we need to go through the hills first.
Oh. Yeah. Unfortunate. I was hoping to make it by nightfall.
Is there a reason? Or just, hopes and dreams?
As he starts gathering up his things, he just muttering slightly in between bites of fry bread, I received a message from a close friend, and I was hoping to arrive sooner than later. You never know how long it took for it to find me, and then how long it would take to get to them, and, well, the sooner the better.
I just had a blue-haired pirate woman tell me you could charge a rush fee. Woman! Oh, well, if we had to go somewhere by a specific time, were there not routes we could take that would be a little more treacherous, but also quicker?
At this point, I think we're too far into this one. We could just try quickening our pace. I'm sure and Klieg looks over at the horse. Sure, the horse will be okay with it.
From out of the tree, from out of the brush near the horse, Jahari pops out, walks on over, again knocking off things. He takes a lot of care into his like dirt or leaves that might be on him. He takes care and makes sure to brush things out of his fur.
We'll never know when we need to use the clothes as another bargaining chip.
He exiting out. He's everything seems pretty clear around here. And if we're to go any faster, I could do my best.
Oh, well, as fast as we can go, good enough for you, Tradoki?
Tradoki takes a bite of the fry bread. Rrr!
Okay.
You make eye contact with Dora for a second, who almost seems to shrug its shoulders as he walks over in the direction of the cart and just puts the 2 paws up on the cart and does the leg kick to kind of pull himself up, and just you hear a clamor as the back paws kind of catch the back of the cart as he crawls in. You hear thump, 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 flop.
Okay, I'm fine.
Jahari, you need food, yeah?
Jahari
right.
goes into his bag and just pulls out a handful of. He had a small, like a pouch on his belt, and he just pulls out a handful of nuts and berries. Says, "Oh no, I availed myself of what was around. We're fine."
Oh, then you're the only one then. Eat that.
We'll say that for the time being, Samira has just been kind of holding the bread in one hand and just picking at it and just kind of eating it.
It's
Simply
pretty
watching.
fucking good. To use a thing that's not in this setting, but totally something that we all know, it's basically Lembas fry bread.
Oh.
Packing up the cart, getting it ready to go.
Yep, kicking dirt on the embers.
Jahari strikes out ahead, dropping down onto all fours, hopping from tree stump to rock. And you are off on your way. You need to roll survival for Jahari.
I think that last part made me feel better.
Yeah. Yep.
The difficulty, the DC of this test is going to be a skosh higher because you want
Survival's
to
only one
double
less.
your pace.
What's survival under?
Alright.
Survival wisdom?
Wisdom survival.
I do not have
If anybody
survival.
else has survival, you may attempt to assist, which could give advantage.
I will assist.
All right. Please roll DC 17.
Whew.
You quickened your pace.
No, I don't make it.
Okay. He's rolling standard then.
I'll also point out we have 9 points of fortune,
You do.
and that you should use them.
Okay.
That's my grand
Oh, well,
wisdom.
he's gonna need one.
Oh,
Oh, buddy.
absolutely,
Yeah, you're not using that die.
I saw that.
It's the morning whiskey.
Fate goes up to 8.
It's not a good choice.
That's fine. That's even worse.
Oh my god.
No, that's better, but still not enough. 11
11 total.
total.
Oof.
Yeah,
Should have sent Aldwin with him. Sorry.
I rolled higher.
Oh.
I rolled a 15. Wasn't 17 though.
The Haggard Hills. On one hand, rolling grassland, but it is scarred by great fissures of cracked earth, where the blades of Titanic-sized combatants dragged across this one-time battlefield during the Divine War. Gone are the trees and lush foliage of the Ganges forest, replaced now by the occasional dry brush lone tree with exceedingly sparse leaves. And hardy grasses, tough, surviving grasses that would grow on the side of a sand dune if given the opportunity. You're starting to understand why Haggard Hills is applied to this area. On a few occasions, you can tell that Jahari picked a path that wasn't great for the cart. It slowed your pace here and there. He was picking the fastest route, thinking of the fastest route, not exactly taking into account that there is an old man, his dog, and a horse-drawn cart involved as well. One point you have to stop for almost an hour to replace one of the wheels as it breaks in a rut.
The Oregon Trail.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you're playing that right now.
Oh, God.
No.
Would you like to stop and hunt?
Oh, did any of us roll out a banker? No? Just sorcery. Okay, that's good.
All right. So
Lovely.
it's time to ford the river.
Really?
Anyway, don't have to worry about Clee getting dysentery though. Anyway, about 2 hours after the high noon of the day, there is Jahari is not with you. Jahari has ranged ahead. Again, looking for a better path. You can tell he's nervous. He's feeling the weight of his mistakes that have caused we need to double our pace. We are now lagging energy that can be felt as he attempts to escort this unconventional caravan through the Haggard Hills. Almost like a heat haze in the distance, you can see a silhouette. It's a lone individual, humanoid, from what you can see, and they walk with a hunch. Please make perception tests.
Which D20 will not fuck me today? Who wants to be the unfuckable? Okay, thank you.
That just ended.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who wants to be the
Oh no.
I actually think I did good. Yeah, I
I-
have a plus to this, even though I'm not proficient.
My brain was like, "Where's perception?" There it is.
Off to a great start.
Not bad actually for me.
What do we got?
19.
19?
19.
I'm still asleep.
Go.
Roll a 1?
I rolled a 1. I'm still asleep.
Oh, fantastic.
The bread was really good, okay?
I love bread.
Samira,
bread.
Samira has the
Sweet
itis
bread
in the
nap.
back of the car.
Breaditis. Got the bread sweat.
Bread.
The bread sweat. I've been to a county fair. Yes, you can get the
Overloaded on
sweats
carbs
off
before.
of just carbs when prepared. All right.
You're welcome, chat.
For those of you who rolled 19s,
Have fun.
you see armor. You see a blade hanging on a belt, but it looks as though the belt may be too big for the person wearing it as it drags on the ground. You can see that the belt is hanging so low that it is just the scabbard of the blade in its frog is just grinding along the ground. They walk with a dragging limp. In one hand, they hold a shield. Can't make out exactly what it is. The sun is kind of backlighting them comparatively. It is still 2 hours past noon, but they are coming from the west. So the actual shield, you don't know what's on it. In their other hand, they hold no weapon, but it looks like they're clutching some kind of parchment. As they drag, and you see dead eyes. A blank stare that does not blink.
Do we take a wide berth, or should we go ahead of the wagon and see who that is?
They might need help. They look like they might be injured. They're not holding their weapon, they're holding a paper. It could just be a
Injured.
messenger.
Do you want to talk to them?
I suppose that works.
We should maybe leave the wagon back and we can kind of go ahead.
Probably a smart idea, yes. Samira will, presumably she was in the wagon, maybe, I don't know. So she gets
Samira at the time was in the wagon
with the bread sweats.
The reason why Samira didn't notice what was going on is because Samira was mid-interview. Dradoki has been taking time with everybody, asking them questions, and he always has his book out. He's always scrawling notes, so inquisitive, always trying to find out little things about your past, things that you're willing to share, but also asking things like, what's your favorite meal? What's your favorite color? Do you like cats? Random questions that on one hand seek to explore who you are and also your interests. But he's good at doing it surreptitiously without being like, time for our interview. But as they've come out, you notice that Dradoki rotates towards the front of the wagon, puts his book on the driver's seat, the coach's seat, and leans over and looks out, quill at the ready, just keeping an eye on what's going on.
True writer. Samira will take a moment, just hop out of the cart, and she'll kind of look to Klieg. Maybe you should stay back for now. Only.
Well, Klieg got the really fancy hood back at the festival.
I mean, yes, we need someone back here to protect the wagon. I'd really rather not leave him alone. She gestures towards the pup, specifically.
I'll stay here, and if needed, I can get to you fast.
We'll leave Alduin behind. She's like rubs the filigree across where her stomach is.
Yeah, leave the bird.
You're not worried about it. And we'll leave Alduin behind and then make a big fuss if there's a problem.
That works.
Yeah, all right, if he's willing.
I know he really likes to be cozy. I think that maybe he's just very lazy. I think he's lazy. He doesn't.
We need him. So if you don't mind, sort of questioningly gestures, not really sure what to do.
Just watching the hand motions.
I don't really know how it works.
Klieg puts a protective hand over their eye.
He only nested in the shoulder the once, and that left a gift behind it, I think,
Yeah,
which is very kind.
I might have put a feather on my shoulder after last episode. There's a feather in here somewhere.
I see it.
Yeah.
So you're calling forth Alduin.
Yes, so Martha kind of seeps the fingers into the gaps of the armor and then just like wicks the hand out with the ectoplasm, and it starts to take the form of her crow familiar, the spectral wings gaining more material as it awkwardly goes and flaps out.
It was upside down as it flicked out, and it had to quickly adjust its flight to land on its feet. It turns and looks at Admatha for a second and just before hopping up and flying to the top of the cart and just resting there and picking at its feathers.
Thank you. Okay, we can go now.
I don't think I'll ever get used to that. But all right, let us be off then. Yeah.
See, now you get to count.
Sets pace. Moving.
As you get closer, you start to get a better view, a better idea of what you're looking at. They have shoulder-length hair. A very deep part above their left eye. They stare almost unblinkingly as they walk forward. And you start to notice there's patches of flesh that give way to what's beneath. Blackened muscle, or the most disturbing part, you can see the teeth on the left side of their face through a hole in the cheek. And they walk just in your direction.
Have they taken any have they taken any action or acted in any way that indicates they've noticed us?
I'm going to look at a character sheet. Because,
Look, they have psoriasis too. See, we
Skip-
were worried for no reason
they have
whatsoever.
psoriasis too.
It's a skin condition.
Yeah, non-contagious.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
It might be better if you just say leprosy. No one's gonna believe I have psoriasis.
There it is.
Hmm.
Leprosy is one of the common ploys. All right. I would say, yeah, we'll just say it's a perception test to get a little bit more information. One more.
Do it. Please don't be a 1. Oh.
Oof, I did terrible this time. How did you?
I did.
I rolled the same.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
good.
an 18, so it's a
Nice.
19.
19. All right. What did Samira get?
10.
Okay. They have not taken any aggressive action, but Samira knows that they are walking with intent toward you. Gleek, you notice that on their shield, they bear it's a mark. It looks similar to some of the holy marks you have seen for the different temples where you were raised.
Double connotation. Thanks.
Welcome. But you don't recognize. Do you have history or religion?
Tough. No.
You do not recognize this symbol at all. It looks like it's got like 8 points on it, 4 longer points and 4 shorter points going to the like a compass, but they're swords. And there also looks to be a extra sword that is currently going through the left side of their gut, pointing up. You can see the handle sticking out beneath their left arm. The shield was covering it before,
Oh.
and you can see the points sticking out their back.
Oh, they've been rung through. There's a symbol on the shield that looks like a compass made out of swords. 8 points.
Compass.
Made of sword. Would Samira recognize that description?
Very much so.
Oh.
Knowing that what your profession is, I'm not even going to have you roll it. That's
Ooh.
Corian's sword rose.
Oh.
Corian is the god of honor, justice, crafters, like forging, blacksmiths, and righteousness. If we were to use an antiquated system, we would say he was lawful good. That's right, I said it. Antiquated.
Yeah. Fuck it. Come at us. Come at us. Fine.
So yes, that's you see that is Corian's sword rose.
Upon hearing League's description, Samira drops her guard a little bit, recognizing presumably someone that she would be in good standing with, or at least have
Common ground.
yeah, common ground, we'll say.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put that. And she'll kind of visibly relax her shoulders a little bit and increase her stride towards this person, not necessarily saying anything, but walking towards them with a much more intent purpose.
As you get maybe within 50 feet, they shove their right hand out, the thing that's holding, it's parchment. You can see there's parchment in that hand, and they just let out a groaning, just
Samira will break out into a run and try to grab it and not necessarily like grab the parchment from his hand, but just like you kind of do that. You good? Like what the?
As you get close, you can smell the
Oh,
rotting stench.
No, there's no.
And you can sense the lingering death that is upon this shambling person. As you get just within that range, maybe 10 feet, locks eyes with you. Both eyes completely blanched over cataracts as he mutters something. What are your languages?
Lidan, Dunhan, and Ukrudan, if I pronounce those right.
Pretty close. Lydian.
Lydian.
You said the other one was
Dunan?
Dunan?
Dunan and Ukrudan? Ukrudan?
All right. So Lydian is the language of diplomats, merchants. It's basically the common language. Let's see here. You said Ukrudan?
Mm-hmm.
Dunan is the voice. Yeah. That's the language. You know what?
Uh-oh.
He speaks Dunan.
Oh,
Okay.
good.
Even
You
better.
speak that too, right?
I
Yeah.
do.
Or you do. Okay, I knew one of you did.
It's
Yep.
a dwarvish language,
Mm.
spoken by those who worship Chardoon.
Oh.
Yeah.
But he says in Dunan, must protect. As he waves the parchment in your direction.
As soon as Samira gets in range, she'll take the parchment from him and just take her other hand, kind of very aware of the state of things, and just kind of cup the not holy side of his face and just rest now.
As you say that, he stands at attention. His hand reaches down and he grips the cross hilt of his sword and holds it to his side and holds the shield tight to his waist and stands up almost in a ready soldiering stance.
Samira, what is it? And Martha kind of leers over from behind.
Given that our soldier seems to still have duties to fulfill, Samira will turn her attention to the parchment with Ada kind of looking over her shoulder and open it or
Back, forth, back.
unscroll it however it's furled. And
As you
give it a look.
roll it open, you see it is a parchment that is written in a language you don't speak.
For the sake of meta, what is another language that she wouldn't know? Just the name of another language for a little.
Oh, Orcish, Shelzari.
So, eyeing the scroll, kind of tilting her head a little bit, squinting. Well, I can't read it, but I believe this is Orcish.
Maybe no. I think maybe I've seen people read it like this. Kind of adjust the orientation.
As Admatha looks at it, it's in Elvish.
Oh
Clay
yeah,
looks
no,
over.
yeah, it's upside down. Yeah, it was upside down.
Oh,
Yeah,
you can read this.
yeah,
I
it's
can
not.
read that.
You too. Am I the only one here that doesn't
Because it was
speak
upside
Orcish?
down. It's not. It's not Orcish. It's an Elven. Look.
Oh, that's what that is.
Look at here's the syllables. And she starts like parsing out and explaining the grammatic structure of the language.
We have time for that later. If you can read it. What does it
Oh!
It
say?
has a similar
oh my
root
God,
alphabet to. So it has a similar root alphabet to the do not.
That's good to know.
It's a writ of contract. It's a mercenary contract. It seems that a caravan hired a group calling themselves Corian's Blades to escort them. It's dated all around this time, 149 AV. It's almost exactly 1 year prior. A couple of days ahead.
Wait, prior like hasn't happened yet?
Like,
Or
it's currently October
Oh.
30th. This is dated October 26th,
1 year before.
1 year prior.
okay.
As you see that, please make religion or arcana tests.
Oh, goody,
I almost
goody.
called it an occult test because I play other games.
Oh, triggered.
How dare!
Anybody can make it.
I'm gonna try.
I just did cause, but now I know I can.
I only have a -1.
I was gonna potentially re-roll for shitty because I do have a +4 to this.
Should.
My question is, so I don't have any modifiers to intelligence, but I do have religion. Does that do anything to my roll?
Oh,
You get the +2.
You get your proficiency bonus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So it's sort of similar to Hunter. Because I know in like that system the dots gave you like a +1 to your roll.
Yeah, the dots will definitely, even if you
Okay.
don't have anything in the main stat.
Okay. Got it.
But so what'd you roll?
11.
Can we use a for the lore? We will use a fortune.
Oh, we're going to bring it to a 9. We're gonna bring fate to a 9.
it's to a 9.
That's very good. 9.
Oh boy.
Terrible things happen at 10.
Still puts me in a shitty place. That's fine.
What'd you get?
12.
What's the highest? 12?
12.
Probably.
Did we twin again?
No, I was saying 12 was the highest. No, I
wow, that
rolled
would have
a
been really
9,
spooky.
which made it an 8.
We were twins before.
Okay.
Okay.
And Martha.
Yeah.
Rolling the highest
Yeah.
on this situation.
Uh-huh.
You've heard about this before. Specifically, it's the 1 year thing. There is a phenomena known as the Chardoon Slain. Revenants that were too good at being soldiers. That 1 year after their death, rise and try to complete their duties. Specifically, it's violent deaths. And with the timing and the fact that he looks as though he comes from Mithril. The city of Mithril. I just realized. He doesn't come from metal. It's pretty metal, though.
Okay. I mean, it is
That's
plausible.
But he
That's not
spoke.
wholly correct.
He spoke Dunahan. Dunan. He spoke a Charduni language. He stands and looks at you.
Oh, poor thing. Oh no.
Do you need to protect a caravan?
We have a caravan in need of protection.
He kneels down. Make a persuasion check.
Ooh.
You're
Oh,
all talking to him,
yeah,
so
okay.
I'll accept anybody's
I
persuasion
mean,
check.
I have.
And then we can adjust the role play to line up with that.
So we will do this.
And Martha would, reading that, start sharing the information. Well, it's really sad because. Oh! Yeah, bitch!
I did it.
You did it.
Yeah.
You fucking did it! We're done!
Persuaded the fuck out of this guy.
Did
You'll
you
be
roll nat
married.
20?
I sure did.
Oh, well, there you go. Which puts you at a
At a total of 23.
Okay. The reason why I ask, only on attacks do crits actually mean something. There's natural 20.
Satisfying.
Feels good though.
It still
Yeah.
feels
Yeah.
fucking
Feels
good.
my soul.
But a natural 20 on any kind of action does not mean automatic success.
Okay.
We're
Still a
not
good
married.
idea to know what you
I'm
rolled.
sorry.
Still feels good. Don't
No,
care.
no.
Still gonna take it.
You still beat it.
Still throwing a party. You're all invited.
You're level 2. You got to a 23. That's a good roll. He actually, you see his he's not looking with his eyes, he's moving his head as he looks over the three of you, and he notices the scales on Samira.
I need to get a shorter chain.
As he notices that, he drops down and takes a knee. And just in Dunan once more. Protect.
Samir kind of takes that awkward, okay, moment, and then kind of piecing everything together from what these two have discussed. Says, "All right, arise, come now, you've work to do."
He picks up his sword again, stands up, and awaits. At attention.
All right.
In Elven, Martha goes, "Hello, do you have a name?"
Looks to Admatha. Protect.
I don't think he speaks my language.
Doesn't really know that he's going to say much of anything. What an interesting.
It is actually really an interesting phenomena to be moving, but but we can make this a happy day for everyone involved. This is lovely. We can bring back to the caravan, and we'll have someone else, an extra eyes on the hills.
I suppose it will be nice to give an extra chance to fulfill their duty. I
Where's the
suppose.
original caravan?
Well, about a year, and usually they have to have died in a horrifically gruesome manner, so I presume the caravan also ate it in a very similar manner.
Was he coming from the direction of the Hornsaw Forest by chance?
It was coming from the southwest.
Oh, perfect. All right. Well, I suppose we should go back to the caravan, get everyone.
Looking over the mercenary rate, does it say where it needs to end up or where to be turned in?
Yes, it was protecting a company known as Stalwarts, Curios, and Curiosities that was traveling from Leone to the Horse Clan village.
I'm dubbing this green. Ooh.
Oh, is it a SQ?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm categorizing, even if it is not relevant information of things we are doing, are getting color-coded this campaign. I have looked through my past notes, and I have been filled with regret and confusion. No more! So,
Okay, so I'm relying on you for notes then.
no, you definitely want to check Kita's notes.
Well, I'm half blind, so my notes are not great this season.
Ah, perfect.
So it looks like what they were actually going further into the horse clan. So here's the name of the people who are most inevitably dead or deceased. Kind of taps. If you see here, that's the C for in Elven. It's a sound. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I misread. Were you not disappointed that you could not read this?
No, I was. I don't really know that now's the time for grammar. I'm more interested in the contents, less the language itself.
The Chardoon Sling just standing there, just at attention as you're talking.
In Dunan, Cleet just turns and goes, "At ease, you can relax. You can protect while being relaxed."
His feet go to shoulder width.
That's what I thought. I told him to relax, and that's what he did.
Oh. Well, good. Well, at least one of us can communicate then. Or both of you. Actually, it's only me that can't. Oh, shucks. Well, we can go back, and I can...
Well, let's try to explain this to the man with the dog.
Walking back to the caravan, he was dragging before. He is now keeping rather solid pace with you.
Purpose does wonderful things.
He is moving with purpose. As soon as he gets to the cart, he takes up a position on the driver's side wheel.
Oh.
And just turns and stands at attention.
I find myself wondering if I will be filled with a similar vigor if I find purpose in my life like that.
And Martha!
Yeah.
Is this one of yours?
No, I don't own anyone.
You hear scribble, 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 scribble. Fine then, one of your friends that you've brought around.
I think he could be our friend. I think that's suitable, right?
I believe he means, someone you've raised yourself.
Oh, no. I did not give life to... No,
So it's one of yours, and turns to Cleek.
Probably closer, in some ways, in maybe some of the fleshy, and she kind of covers those.
Turns down and in Lydian, just, what's your name, friend? I want to make sure I have proper record. Its head turns, and there's almost a baleful glint in the eye, and he just says, protect. As he turns back.
Oh, this poor soldier.
Seems that's the only thing he can say.
In Dunan, of all things. Hold on. ¿Cómo se dice Dunan?
Yo no sé cómo se dice Dunan. En español. O en italiano.
There was a time where I had to portray someone from the eastern coast. It's a peninsula. You might call it a Spaniard in some other... Sorry, just making Highlander jokes.
He's going to tag along with us. He seems to find a good sense of purpose in helping us along through the forest.
To protect. That's what protect means in Dunan, and that's what Clegg goes and says protect.
I know a word now.
He nods. That's not stopping Dradoki, who turns to him again. And now in Dunan. So, what is your name? Turns to Dradoki. And it goes back to looking forward.
A lost cause.
Is his name protect?
Sure.
Where'd you come from? As he smiles. Protect.
I think this one might be a lost cause, Tradoki.
Ah.
At least in terms of conversation, rather
Yeah.
purpose-driven.
I can work with that, as he goes to scribbling in his book once more.
So accepting.
There's just, as he goes back to writing, just over his shoulder, you just see the head of Dor just leaning and looking at the new traveling companion. More. And leans back into...
I think that dog just said I'm watching you.
I don't speak
canine
dog.
as well.
I think I might.
Dwarf hounds are unnervingly intelligent at times.
Hold on, do I have animal handling? I do. I think I might.
So now you have a new caravan guard who seems to be standing at attention.
Would be a fun one to explain to Jahari.
Let's see if we can keep an eye out for the actual caravan itself. Maybe we can find pieces to bring back.
Well, that would be really sad. Then wouldn't that not just be reiterating that
people.
they didn't? Oh, well, that would actually be. Maybe if we find pieces of people, then we can bring them back into life and put them in our caravan, so that then they can live forward, protecting their original companions. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, let's just keep an eye out.
Yeah.
If we see them, we'll make the decision.
It'd be nice.
Keep our eyes peeled.
Yeah.
One of you jumps into the driver's seat. Having animal handling, actually, it would probably be...
Not me.
I don't know what your problem is with the horse. Do you not know how to ride? And she settles
No.
into the front. We could teach you how to ride a horse. Okay.
The caravan begins to move, and the cart, the one cart.
Caravan, okay?
Caravan of one.
Clay takes the other wheel.
Begins to roll.
Cool caravan.
As
Sand.
Klieg on one side and Protect on the other starts heading along the path. In the distance, you can see popping up over a hill for the first time you've seen him in what feels like 2 hours. Whistling, finger in each cheek. Jahari waves. I found the better path over here! It's like a road!
Oh,
Excellent.
we made a new friend.
Out here? Is it a bird?
Alduin.
Okay. Just goes back down on the other side of the hill.
Oh, well, he'll find out.
I think he bonded really well with Grandma, so I think he'll take this really well. I think we need like a placeholder name, though.
What do you think I should tell them?
Tell them what? That it's not psoriasis? Well, I think Tradoki would be fine. I think that that's probably the most accepting person I've met outside the walls of home. But that's up to you. I don't know how long you could hide the...
Right back.
So that's what I'm worried about. We're gonna go into a place with a lot more open air and open space, and I won't be able to hide what I'm doing.
Well, contractually speaking, we are paying. So I unless there's some weird moral clause written into, I imagine we wrote something down, right? Saying that we were going to do this escorting. We'll just have to deal with it.
Mayhaps we can give Johari a little bit more whiskey first.
Why do you think I carry the flask on me? I'm trying to associate Jahari and me with alcohol.
See, I think you'd get along well with the horse. You understand the base fundamentals of dealing with animals.
Oh no, that's a personal choice.
To avoid the horse?
Yes.
Has the horse done something untoward?
Not this one.
Not this one. Oh my god, did you get hit in the face by a hoof? Is that why?
No.
Oh.
Well, if you can't tell me about why you don't like the horse, I don't think you're going to be able to explain to them that that's not psoriasis.
Well, at one point I watched a horse eat somebody.
And Martha, like, stops with the reins in hands and looks back to the horse. That's not at all the dietary.
That doesn't sound normal.
It was a black horse. It looked like its ribs glowed with fire.
I don't think that's a horse.
No.
It looked like a horse. It walked like a horse. It neighed like a horse.
It did not eat
and
like
then
a horse.
It ate someone.
That's, disqualification right there.
Omnivorous horse. I read about those.
That'd be a question for the GM.
Yeah. Searching memory banks.
Yeah, I don't. I'd rather avoid any potential of it happening. So I'm just gonna stay far away from the horse and
Okay,
protect the other side.
if you're going to avoid the horse, are you going to avoid telling everyone about your dietary requirements like the horse?
That's what I asked you guys.
That's what we're
For a
currently
feeling on
discussing.
how you think they would accept it. I've met 5 types of people. Oh, 6, and I point to protect. I think that counts as a new one.
I really want to know how they're still moving. It's something that's been documented, but I don't know fully how it's you're strange and I'm strange and I only have seen the outlying situations, right? I don't know how.
I made the mistake of looking at chat.
Don't look at chat. That's a bad idea.
Now I have bad horse stuck in my head.
Well, I think it's how much food do you still have left before you have to make a decision really quickly about if you tell them.
6 days.
You have 6 days to figure out your moral conundrum. In 6 days, where will we be?
In the Hornswall.
So maybe do it before, because the Hornswall is going to be not the best environment for opening up on an emotional level. Maybe opening up your insides, but
That would still kill me.
Would
Let's,
it?
Alright, I'll do it while we're in the hills.
I do agree with Ada. I think she has the right idea. Well, might be a bit preoccupied if the things I've read about the Hornswall Forest are true.
That's true. And also, it would be better to have more people help me come up with reasons when we get to the Hornswall Forest and where we're going.
well, people seem to be okay with what I need bones for, so I could always be your cover story.
I'm just one of yours.
Oh, that's not what I meant. I meant, like, when you need bones to consume, maybe you don't tell them it's for eating. We could just say it's for work. I need it for my working. And if that's acceptable reasoning, then you could dodge the story altogether and continue to repress any ethical quandaries you have with, people you meet in the wild.
That's true. I told them that I watched a horse eat someone.
A horse.
No specifics.
Yep.
Just
A horse.
We're arguing. Yeah, Samira and I both stand on the firm ground that that doesn't qualify as a horse.
It looked like a horse, it walked like a horse, it made like a horse, it did not eat like
But
a
it
horse.
ate people.
Yeah, that's not
Oh, I don't think that's very horse-like behavior.
exactly.
Okay.
It's not very friendship is magic of it.
Following across the hill, where Jahari had called you, or called out to you, I should say, you find a more worn path. Something that it looks like the cart will not have as much of a problem rolling across. Over the next 3 hours, you have a pretty standard bit of travel. The rolling of the wheel, the chatter of Dradoki, who is dead set on trying to find out what this what will unlock conversation with this Chardoon Slain. Not dissuaded.
It's powerful, honestly. Since we do have a lot of time traveling, would it be possible to ritual cast detect magic to look at our new friend? To
Absolutely.
understand better how it is he's as phenomenal as he is.
Please do so.
As phenomenal as he is.
About 10
encouraging.
minutes go by. And,
Someone will have to take the horse, and I understand it won't be Klieg, so Samira, could you take over for a bit?
Absolutely.
Thank
I
you.
know all about riding horses. She
Let me double check something here.
takes the reins in a completely incorrect manner and just stands like, right then.
It's been a minute since I've looked at the actual description of detect magic.
Same.
For the duration, you sense presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your reaction to faint aura invisible creature. As you learned at school of magic, if anything. Spell can penetrate most barriers, but it is blocked by 1 foot of stone. Okay. As you sense magic and detect it, you see that he's not magical. Radoki's book fucking is. But he is not. The Chardoon Slain looks natural. There is no necromancy
There's
at
those
work on him.
petal pink eyes shift from the Revenant to Klieg in the natural compare contrast.
League is not magical either. There is no animating magic force of necromancy on either of them.
Anticlimactic, but I feel like I've learned a lot today. Pokes her head forward in the wagon to Samira. He's walking all on his own, just like Klieg is.
What do you mean?
No one's pulling him along.
It's sort of like you might pull Gran along?
Yes, yeah.
Sorry.
Samira coming from Holofaust would be well acquainted with necromancy and necromancy
Yeah, just kind of
practices.
making sure that that's exactly
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
she means is not in a necromantic
She's not exactly the most clear.
way. Ah, fascinating.
Right?
Sort of takes a moment and just sits and thinks.
That's not how you hold the reins.
Oh, right.
I know we're on a road, but just, to be safe. A snake or a wayward, rabbit could scare him. And then if the horse gets scared, Klieg will get scared, and I don't know what that looks like, really.
Oh, perfect.
Perception tests, please.
Does it help that I've detected magic?
If the horse gets scared, Klee gets scared.
Yes.
Ooh, goody! How does that reflect mechanically?
Advantage.
Alrighty.
14.
17.
Mm-hmm.
You did good.
16. You topped me.
This character? Alright, so
Come on, there's a whip and everything!
what are the totals here again?
14.
14,
17.
17,
16.
16. Okay. All of you pass.
Yay.
Good for us. Go team.
You bend, after rolling along the base of a hill on this road for maybe, feels like a mile. It's a big hill. There's a gap, and it starts, the hillside starts to dip. And you pass an opening that heads southwest again. You had been moving mostly west along this hill. As you do so, you see the edge of a great forest.
Oh no.
The trees are old. The trees are rooted. The grass at the edge of the forest extends out into the hills, the area now seeming more lush, having more low vegetation. The lone trees have been replaced by cusps as it gets deeper and thicker into more wood. Before you is the Horn Saw Forest. And without even stepping into it, you can feel this is not the Ganges. The Ganges felt, at times, very peaceful, serene. It had its moments, as all of Gelspot does, of danger. But there was almost as though it had been touched by Denev, the Ganges forest, as it is claimed to have been. No. The Hornsaw feels menace. It exudes menace. And you can see what looks to be a small, lithe figure with a hand on a tree trunk, on a cusp of trees, and they look pale and completely naked. But to Idmatha, there's a light to them. This adolescent, you guess, wearing nothing but a scrap of cloth about their waist. Seems as though there are, with your sight, cracks along their skin. And those cracks leak light. As they stand at a cusp of trees just outside the Hornsaw Forest. Judoki from the back sees the edge of the forest and... Oh! Fantastic! We're at the forest. We should skirt around the outside. The Horse Clan is rather close to the edge, and it would be safer than traveling directly through.
Do you know that person?
What person? As he looks,
Right there.
follows along your finger. Oh! Haven't a clue. I travel a lot, yes. That doesn't mean I know everyone.
Good. You all see them then. Oh, hi. I see your raid. That's
Welcome,
what I
Raiders.
see.
We see you.
I thought maybe it was just maybe me. They look interesting. I don't There's
They're
something
naked.
off. Well, it does seem treacherous to be naked in the horns of forest. I will admit that. That's not the part that I thought was unique. And she kind of squints a little bit, tilting her head, shamelessly staring. Like, you know, when you're like trying to make eyes with someone at a convention, you're like, don't look directly, try and look over your shoulder. No.
Yeah.
There's a light about them. A shimmer,
And I just turn and look at Ada.
Ada's just off staring directly at them.
But they're not wearing armor. So...
She just lifts a hand.
As you wave, they wave back. They are thin. Almost emaciated thin. They can't be any taller than 5'1", maybe. They wave a thin arm in response, slowly. The other hand still resting against the tree.
If we're gonna be changing our trail, we need to let Johari know. But does it look like there's anything else around them in the trees? They just look alone.
Make perception tests. If you're trying to get a closer look.
You made a sound, and I worry for us.
By the way, thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for the raid. Welcome.
Oh, we also said we look amazing. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
I love
You look disgusting.
Yeah, it's on purpose.
I'm making
You
me
look
hideous.
crusty.
I am the crusty dead.
What'd you roll, Krusty Dead?
10!
10?
17 again.
17. Yay!
Left out this time. I don't even get Eiffel Tower.
You're just a boy this
I don't
time.
apologize. We rated R for a reason.
As you look past them, you see there is... It almost looks like a... It's not a hut. It's definitely not a built structure, but it does look like it's a piled up.
It's a lean-to.
The trees bend around it and reach in. And this is just beyond the edge of the forest. You can see the shadow of almost like a domed. You'd say it's a freestanding. It's a dome with a cave entrance on it, made of wood and the surrounding trees reaching together. It has a direct. It feels intentful the way it is. It stands out amongst the tree line, and it's almost directly behind this figure.
Seeing as it mimicked or waved back at Ada, Samir's going to look at it too and just wave with 2 hands.
As you wave with 2 hands, it doesn't respond.
Does it look like it has taken notice of my presence, or is it just sort of ignoring me
It's
completely?
looking at the group of you as you're rolling forward.
Okay.
Samira, could
That
we...
was rude.
What do you mean? Can we say hello? If we're going to go into the forest, someone who maybe lives here could... I don't know, I'm just curious, honestly. I'm sure that there could be a really plausible excuse to speak with them, and that you would be the one to find it and say it eloquently. But this is my desire.
Curiosity... I harbor the same feelings of curiosity, however, I'm also concerned with who might take up residence in a place such as the Hornstar Forest? Based on everything I've read, it's anything but a pleasant place. I'm wondering. She kind of leans forward and stares at Protect, presumably still at the front and ready.
Still standing guard.
And I'm wondering if maybe our new charge could take a few steps ahead, make sure everything's all right.
I don't know what he would really gain. People respond much better to you. I think because you're really verbal. He can't speak, Samira.
Yes, but given that I don't have any trust going in there,
I'll go with you.
I want to go.
really don't think it's the best choice.
If you don't want to be
All right, so long as
neighborly.
he stands in front of us, and she gestures towards.
Oh, you're using him as a human shield. I understand what you're doing. Okay.
I don't really know that he's human anymore, but
Samira.
Thanks.
That's
that one.
just that one. They both look.
Listen.
Okay.
Someone doesn't have a lot of experience out in the world, okay?
I know.
So the group of you are moving forward.
Yes.
Okay. You're leaving the cart behind.
With the familiar and protect. I'll protect you.
Fine. I don't like this at all. For the record, I don't like this.
So you leave behind.
Within eyesight.
Protect.
Right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving forward, striking out ahead. The horse is not going at a quick pace. It's at a standard walk.
See,
Honestly,
it's
you
not a chasey day.
just
Or
adding
eat
a
you.
couple of a little bit extra to your stride puts you ahead of the pace of the horse. As you get closer, again, they lean off the tree and they wave at Admatha.
Hello?
As you get closer, you notice they are hairless, head to toe. You can't make a proper discernment about them other than they look vaguely elvish. Their ears coming to a point.
The greeting in Elvish.
At this point, I would like to let you know that your detect magic has most likely
Yeah, it's
faded
fine.
by now.
That's fine.
But as you get maybe within 30 feet, it takes a hand off the tree and just beckons.
I don't like that at all.
In Elven. Hello, we're traveling into the forest soon, and we thought since you live here. Her voice kind of trails off.
It takes a couple of steps, turns, and stops, and points at the caravan, at the cart, and then points towards that hovel-looking structure, and then waves you to come along, and takes another couple of steps in that direction.
Are you nonverbal?
They don't really respond. They just beckon.
I'm thinking maybe this.
Hmm.
Maybe.
They're not. They seem to us for us to go that way, but they're not responding. Did I say something wrong?
No,
Well, I realized I was an Elven and you wouldn't know.
I don't think you did.
Thank
And, Click responds in Lydian. I don't think you did anything wrong. I think we're just, it's our luck today to meet people who don't like to speak. If you want me to go first.
Oh, do we want to go in the? Maybe it's like a trade post, or maybe there's someone else in there who would talk to us. There was just something interesting about them.
I'll go first.
So disappointed they won't speak.
Clay starts walking towards the hoblin.
Okay. How close is everyone sticking with the group? As because I'm imagining Klieg is staying maybe like 10, 15 feet behind this young person.
Yeah.
They look to be. But again, Elvish, you don't know exactly what age they are, and you haven't gotten close enough so you can get a proper read on what they look like in the face, at least. Behind Klieg, how far is Samira and Admatha staying?
Samira will probably stick around like 6-7 feet or so, like enough distance that she could jump in to help if necessary, but also keeping a person's length of space.
Like an overly eager child that heard that there's going to be candy over there. Admatha is very close to Klieg, not really falling behind like she often would.
As you get closer, you can hear the person muttering. They're saying something. Klieg is the closest and can hear. It's not in a language that Klieg speaks. At least I'm fairly sure. What's Klieg's languages?
Dudan, Lydian, Elvish, and Titan speech.
Ah, you have Elvish.
I do.
They're muttering in Elvish.
Okay.
They're saying, it's been so long since I've seen someone. Oh, it's going to be so nice to have visitors again. They're just, they look so pretty. I hope they're, I hope dinner's going to be enough. As they are keeping a pace ahead of you.
They're excited for visitors, I say back towards Samira. And then turn to Ada. I think they think you're pretty.
Am I pretty?
I'm not sure.
Neither am I.
Oh, you have a nice glow to you.
I do. But this is good. If you heard them talking, that means maybe they're just shy and speaks up a little bit louder. We had friends back where. Should we get our friends, or is this gonna take long?
She holds up for a second. Not she. I was looking at you while saying anything. They turn and they look to you, and you see a youthful face. Sharp features. But the hairlessness extends to eyebrows as well. As they look a little confused, and then they look at the caravan for a second, and they look to be a little excited for a second. Yes, in Elvish, they say. Yes. You're. I'm sorry. I'm very excited. Come, please.
I can't understand anything, so
Yeah.
I'm just sitting there like.
Clay drops back a step just to turn to Samira. They're excited. It seems like they're excited for guests. They're excited for people to be here.
I can't imagine they get many visitors at
Right?
the Hornsaw Forest.
They seem very nice to me.
Somebody living alone in the Hornsaw is something that would be of concern. There are, because it's in Yugman's guide, that there are clans of residents that are within the Hornsaw itself remnants of the population that lived there before Mormo was gutted and her entrails were strewn about the entire forest, corrupting it irrevocably. Well, nigh irrevocably, as some believe. But somebody living on their own?
Yeah.
It's a little bit weirder.
That's a bit weird.
What is?
It's a bit strange for someone to be living, presumably alone, in a place like this.
Want me to ask?
Something tells me, even if you were to, you might not get straight answers.
Clay just turns, and in Elvish, which kind of stumbles a bit over their tongue, like they're not used to speaking it. Hey, why do you live here alone?
They turn. It's been a long time, and it's hard to remember.
How long have you been here?
Many days. Many, many days. I don't know how many days. I've lost count of them. I just remember waking up in the forest.
Do you remember anything before you woke up in the forest?
She turns and she looks. They turn and they look. I remember hoofbeats. And I remember sadness. Yes, I remember sadness. Now I'm just hungry, and I like sharing with new friends.
Well, I am your friend. I look forward to dinner.
Clay is translating, so I'm not repeating everything.
Yes.
With the way you're looking, would you like to roll insight?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, I don't like this. I
I
don't
was
like
born
this.
5 days ago.
I'm
At
this
this point-
many.
At this point, it's
Yeah.
been like almost a month.
Wow.
We had to get up to Leonie? No, for Ada.
Wow.
I'm 50. You don't know that.
Well, yeah.
Ada's not that young.
I've been around for more than 5 days, but there is 5 in the amount of days that she's been around, or amounts of time. Very confusing.
Go ahead, roll insight.
Okay, where is insight? It is
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay, I don't have a point in it though.
Your wisdom's good though.
Yes.
What
Lucky
did you
number
roll?
17. Well, 17 total.
Hell
Roll
yeah.
14 again.
Cool.
Good job.
Okay.
All right.
They're telling the truth? Question mark.
Okay.
There's truth to what they are saying. There's something beneath it, though.
Okay. As we get closer to their abode, we'll call it, I'm not actually sure how this works, but what I'm attempting to do is use detect evil and good, but it says range self, so I don't know how close I necessarily have to be.
This is a spell.
Ah,
Yes.
within 30 feet of you.
Oh, within
is
30
the,
feet.
So it's
Okay.
a 30-foot circle from yourself.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I see. So it's cast on me, but it's
Yeah.
got the radius of 30 feet. Okay. Specifically for the part that telling if an area has been magically consecrated or desecrated is what I'm interested in. I don't really want to go in there.
Oh, okay. For the duration, you know if there is an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of you, as well as where the creature is located.
Hi!
Similarly, you know if a place or object within 30 feet of you has been magically consecrated or desecrated. So, let's see here. You cannot ritually cast this. So you have to spend a mana to do this. Okay. Essentially, you get to close your eyes and reopen them and sense otherworldly influence, divine or infernal. Well, for one, bing, 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 there's an undead standing next to you.
Quick, check the horse.
And in front of you, there is an aberration. So yes, a young-looking elvish person is currently beckoning the three into this hovel near the edge of the woods. They're getting a little bit further away, so the three of you can hold back and talk for a second as the thing that Samira feels is an aberration continues on towards their abode.
Even though she's a bit back from everyone else, Samira will come to a stop and just sort of, we'll say aggressively clear her throat. Just, a moment, please, Ada. Play.
Oh, do you need to vomit?
No.
I thought the bread.
No. Never mind.
Oh, then we should go.
I don't know that I feel safe. She kind of stares cautiously off, squinting her eyes a little bit, as if she's looking at something that she can see that they can't, but just has something unnatural. Something I'm not familiar with.
Then we should learn about it, right?
Clay just
There's a lot
reaches
of-
over and grabs the sword and the hilt of it. Is it dangerous?
You're dangerous.
Oh, that wasn't the question.
So Meta me knows what constitutes an aberration. Does Samira get a distinctly negative feeling from this, like a sense of danger, or is it just the unnaturalness
It's
of it?
It's a creature and it is dangerous.
Okay.
Yugmans has talked of aberration is a term that Yugman has used on several occasions
Okay.
when discussing something that was not Titan spawn, but it was still something that would do great harm to the unwary.
Okay. Dangerous is indeed a word I would use to describe it. It's not safe. Be on your guard. Alright?
If I need to be on my guard, I'd rather not be there.
How long does Detect Good and Evil last?
I think it's at 10 minutes? Up to 10 minutes.
Oh yeah. It turns to beckon you again, and you can see light spilling out of its eyes. Just Samira.
As it turns to do just that, she'll kind of look increasingly more concerned, and I agree. Do either of you see the light from its eyes?
Well, I saw the light under the cracks in the face. Before it went away, and I...
Do you see cracks in its face?
No.
I don't either.
I was doing the thing... I was trying to mimic the thing that Tridoki was doing, but I got a little bit wrong. You know, when you figured out the coin, and so... I think it passed, though. I can't hold it up for too long. So that's why I don't see it anymore. If I had some time, maybe I could cast it again, but it's just...
Regardless,
Regardless, I don't think we should go in there.
I don't think so. I agree.
But they woke up without memory, and all they remember is horses in the forest, and
Ada, It could be lying. I don't know that it's right to so easily trust something like this. In this particular instance,
It feels like we're
That's
being
cool.
lured.
it feels more like bait, yes.
As it gets to the edge of the doorway, I guess you would say, to this mound that it says it lives in, it turns and looking at you. Detect Good and Evil still up, so you can see it's as though light were pressing out of its eyes. The corners cracked ever so slightly, spilling over, almost as though liquid light were trickling down the sides of its face. As it looks to the three of you, it says in its soft voice, "There, I don't have much left, but whatever's there, it's all to share. We can all eat well."
In Elvish, what is it that you're offering to feed us?
Perception tests. As it stands at the outside of its little hovel.
22.
Whoa.
No shit, dirty 20.
Ooh.
Oh. A perceptive lot.
Perception.
I got +1. It's either
That is
green
12, so
or emerald. I
15.
15. All right.
Colors for you dice, man. Come
All
through.
three
Yeah.
of you can see that this little hovel contains within it crates. And what looks to be a dismantled cart towards the back. You can
Oh.
see wheels. And a pile of clothing off to one side. As it turns and looks to you with pleading eyes.
Just glances to Klieg and Ada. Just humor me? And she just takes a couple of steps back and sort of looks to them as if she's kind of encouraging them to do the same, just to... I want to see how this reacts to us trying to leave.
Once again, I'll ask, what is it you're offering to feed us?
As though ignoring what you're saying. She's, wait, where are you going? No, there's so much to share. Aren't you hungry? I'm hungry. We all can eat. We can eat.
Eat
Please.
what?
They reach up to the edge of the hovel and they grab what looks to be like a sheet of moss. And it just pulls down over their shoulders. It lands on them like a cloak. As it hangs, it starts to grip them. And you see from the ground, vines are starting to reach up and wrap around their legs. We just shared. You didn't have to be so hungry. You have. And she looks directly. They look directly at Edmotha. You have so much to give. You should share. As the cloak, it looks as though it were halfway between a moss carpet, a ranger's camouflage cloak, and a wolf's pelt. As it pulls up over its head, what looks to be a wolf's head, but it forms to the skull, gripping and reaching as the skin that it wore before starts to peel and break away, as beneath the skin is nothing but pure light.
Excited. Don't
Because
be
it's
excited.
pretty.
It's very, also, there's keywords in the pre-roll opening song,
I
for
wonder why
fuck's
you
sake.
changed all the fucking songs to wolves. I asked that in our group
You
chat,
did.
never received a response.
All
Now
caps.
I know why.
Why are there so many wolves? Said.
Mm-hmm.
The vines wrap around it and start to form about its body, becoming a moss bushy fungal shouldered vine sinewed lycanthropic form.
Why is it cool?
As it opens its mouth, light sheds from within, and you can see between the cracks of its muscles, where the vines don't properly touch, a core of pure light burns.
Not normal.
It lets out a growl as you roll initiative.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Anglerfish for
So
wolves.
as
Oh.
it
Blessed be.
Oh no.
I'm wasting all of my best rolls on things.
let's roll initiative.
Uh,
After you roll initiative,
Mm.
Samira or anybody can roll intelligence
Oh.
arcana.
Oh.
Okay.
Completely worthless.
You, in this case, get access because of Yugman's Guide.
Oh.
All right. So initiative. From off in the distance.
it's a 0 for my Arcana.
Oh no. From off in the distance, you hear, "Hey, you're off the path. What the hell is that?" You can roll initiative for
Okay, thank you.
Jahari.
for Jahari as well.
Oh, Johari rolled good. Oh, good boy. Such a good kitty.
He's carrying us so hard.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
I'm not mad.
Mm-mm.
Whisk us away on your beans.
Take us away from
Whisk
here.
us to victory.
All right, let's see here. Russ combat, Russ notes.
Are you allowed to tell us what this is called?
Well, what did you get on your rolls for intelligence?
12.
12.
18.
18,
Yeah.
you know.
0.
Oh,
I rolled a 1. I have a
that's
negative
okay.
1.
I couldn't
Literally
understand
rolled a
it.
0.
You can at least talk to it.
As its body is forming around it, you recognize the entry from Yugman's Guide. Yugman spoke of a tragedy of a lost clan of elves who lost their living spark and were forced to consume magic to the point where they became it themselves. And they are known as the Aetheri. Because he described what their hunting form was, and it's this thing. A lycanthrope, werewolf-like creature made purely of plant matter. Wooden claws, teeth made of discarded bone.
That's so cool.
So cool.
Sinew of vine, fur of leaf and moss.
Oh, what was a pet?
Fungal plates, and their ears maintain an elven-like appearance, even when transformed.
Can I adopt it?
I'll show you a picture of it, and you
We
can
do.
share it around town if you want.
Oh.
All right, so anybody over a 15 on the initiative roster?
Johari.
Ooh. All right, and over 20, either of them?
Johari.
What did Jahari get?
Wait, I get
25.
to add? Oh, shit. Yeah. Oh, 23.
You had your dex.
You have 23.
23.
Jeez. Jahari's on a 25.
Forgot about that.
Samira
the initiatives
on
are
a
this fight.
23.
All initiatives are.
Okay.
All right, we're still so nobody else above 15. All right. Anybody above 10?
14.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Well, I'll need
Why
to know where they
not?
go so I can make my chart properly.
They'll be going on an 18.
Okay.
Klieg
Sorry,
on
myself.
a 14 and Edmatha.
Uh-oh.
Plus you dex? Oh.
What? You have a negative dex mod?
No, I just have a 0 in Dex.
Wow.
And
And on a 1. Rounding out the pack.
The first question was, you have a negative? No, I just rolled a 1.
Well, there's a 5% chance that was possible.
Congratulations.
You've learned all the languages you fuck speak, and you've also learned my Dex score today. It's been very telling.
So 2 of you are able to keep your shit together as it lets out what sounds like it's a combination of a roar and the hiss of a flood lamp at the same time.
Weird. Cool.
2 of you can use the moment as you have 2 initiative slots before it will go.
Oh. Well, I'm thinking this, since we're all close together.
Okay.
I'm thinking
It's
that...
concentration. So if you do that, you won't be able to do another concentration spell.
Where does it say? Oh, the
The
C.
Yeah, the
That's
C
right.
icon.
I'm also
That's
proficient
fine.
in cleric.
That's fine. Is
Yeah.
is Jahari within 30 feet?
Not 30 feet.
Not yet. Okay.
He's the furthest out. He's about 60 feet away.
I don't know what to do. Do you have an idea for Jahari?
Well, he's gonna.
He's pretty fast. He can move and attack. And
I'm
Yeah.
just trying
Get
to use
within
that
30 of you.
to debate my actions here.
Yeah, he can come up closer.
He can get within 30 of you guys in his movement.
You want to do
I'm
that?
just talking about where he starts. So as it stands,
Sure, if you don't mind.
the Ithari is in the doorway of this hovel where the remnants of caravans past are currently stored. You are 30 feet back, 10 yards away,
Mm-hmm.
and then another 10 yards back is Jahari, who's coming over, who came over the hill and was catching up to you and saw them, and just got to the range where he could be like, "Hey, what's going on? What the fuck?" So he's-
Jahari will go first. Running up to be within 30 feet, but still kind of staying back.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna use one of those mana to Hunter's Mark.
Aha! Okay.
And take a shot with the longbow.
You cannot move and so. Oh
Bonus
wait,
mark's a
no, you
bonus
get your
action.
movement. I'm thinking of age,
Yeah.
where movement is a minor action. So
Yeah.
no, you get a move, an action, and a bonus action.
Yeah.
So
Bonus
yes,
action cast.
bonus action cast Hunter's Mark and then fire.
Yes.
All right, roll to hit.
And he got his fighting style, which means he gets a +2 to a hit.
Yay!
Jahari. Blessed are the
Pretty
beans.
good. Oh. Science. Does 15 hit?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright.
It was a good science. Alright, so D8 plus... What is this? What is this? Hunter's Mark does an additional D6, I think? Yes, 1d6 damage. Yeah. Alright, so a D8 and a D6. That's a D10. This is a D8. That's a D6.
You don't want to pet this thing. It's very much
But if not friend, why friend-shaped?
That is 10 piercing damage.
10 piercing. Okay.
As he runs up, go, what the fuck is that? And then just unleashes.
Oh no, nope. That's a nope moment.
That's a big nope moment.
All right.
Insert joke about cats and dogs here.
Give me 1 second.
do it.
I am.
He's within 30 feet of us. But
gonna
he's still
share-
staying back.
I'm going to share on the Discord for those of you who are on our Discord in the Rust and Remains
Art.
chat. I will share the artwork of this thing.
I'm gonna pull it up and look.
I'm gonna be lazy and sneak and peek on your phone.
Yeah, I'll just pull it up. Beep, 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 beep.
Nox and Arrow releases. As there's a glint in Jahari's eye, the arrow lands in between the vines, just thunks in,
Oh no.
and it
I love it.
Friendship.
looks back with incredulity. It doesn't even respond to
Oh,
pain.
come on.
Such a genuine reaction.
Oh.
As someone who's played Tinder before.
Wow, there's a lot of science happening there.
My algebraic equations go over my head.
I need
I
to
promise they're not in
roll.
Clay's. Are we going with the 1 D&D rules? No, that was for Hunter specific. Damn it.
That was for that subclass.
So it didn't even flinch.
Actually, there is a way to get to that. That is a part, it's not a Gloomstalker ability. That is a, Hunters, yeah. Hunter is a base subclass.
Yeah.
And it's Colossal Slayer.
What did I do?
Yeah, Colossal
What's
Slayer.
the
When
move?
something is damaged,
Fine.
you do,
I'm just being funny.
an extra D8.
No, it was more
Wait,
learning
what's
its
it? Yeah, I'll fix them
vulnerabilities.
later.
Because if this thing is
Oh.
immune to non-magical anything,
Yeah,
then
no.
we're SOL. 'Cause I got a basic sword.
I'm gonna roll. I need,
boy.
I'm letting you know I'm rolling, 4 times
You know, I should have done
on a
that.
thing.
Okay.
Okay.
I was like right next to the thing. Oh.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Did you just get to give stuff to my mom?
Yep.
Well, at least my mom's watching. Hi, Mom. Thanks for the sub.
Yeah,
Such
that's
a
more than my
voice.
mom.
Ooh.
Oh, I don't like when Connery goes, ooh, happily. Not when we're in the fight.
That makes it interesting.
Uh-oh.
Shit.
Look at those eyebrows go.
rolled
We're in
these.
We
danger.
have so much new
I
HP
rolled
to
these
lose.
randomly.
Ooh, we're fucked.
All right.
It's not a good idea.
Just for future reference. If
So
you
I
ever
rolled
need to
4
bring me
times
back.
on a chart of things. It is now your next activation.
Mhm.
Oh, all right. Confer to both of you. Are you thinking bless, which would be effectively a buff to your attack rolls if you hit, or guiding bolt, which will give the next attack, whoever it is, advantage.
You can do that after you've done this if you want to later. That would help a lot more people, but that does a buttload of damage.
I was gonna say this also.
Yeah, especially if we're
Um,
trying to figure out physical versus magical and what's stronger. That's why I'm thinking of using guiding bolt for science purposes. Is that what you were leaning towards as well?
Yeah, I was gonna say
Okay.
guiding bolt
I
is
appreciate
a good
the
setup.
The help.
Yeah.
All right.
I definitely had spell brainitis where I'm like,
Spell brainitis.
It's like a analysis paralysis.
Yeah.
It's like there's too many choices. Okay. So,
Just so you know, my foot's under your butt.
ooh,
that's where it belongs.
okay.
Okay. Anyway, no kinks on stream. So,
I just need to straighten my leg.
you are good.
Impossible.
Samira will.
What's Samira doing?
Sorry.
Sorry.
We're good. We're good.
You good? Okay.
Yes, we're good. Okay.
Okay.
So Samira will take a step forward, kind of in a, we'll say, battle ready stance, and she'll put 2 fingers or a few fingers like on the necklace of the scales, and kind of from it sort of pull out like a almost like a liquid light, and to sort of fling it forward and use guiding bolt towards this creature, which is, it says on if it hits. Well, I guess we can do that first.
Yes.
Yeah,
roll
roll
to
to
hit.
hit.
First. Yes,
See if it hits.
roll to hit. Okay.
So this uses your spell attack bonus.
Yes. Spell attack bonus. What do I have as
It's
that?
going to be your wisdom plus
Oops,
your
sorry.
efficiency.
Thank you. I'm still
Wisdom
getting
plus
used to.
proficiency so far.
What would it? Okay, wisdom plus proficiency. Okay, that is a 15 plus 5 is 20 plus proficiency is 22.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So now I get to do 4d6 radiant damage, and the next attack roll made against this target before the end of my next turn has advantage.
Okay.
Okay. So I only have 2d6 on my.
It's a
person.
level 1
Do,
spell.
do you need
of
more
course, 'cause you're-
d6s?
It's a level 1
Oh,
spell.
thank you. Oh, these are
Because
heavy.
you're level 2 cleric, so you can only cast level 1 spells.
Yes.
Cool.
It is a first level evocation.
Cool and good.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Could have been better. Could have been worse. Thank you.
See, the Mahis is an arrow.
That flick of your wrist and that arc of light as it's flying at the creature, you're on target. You're exactly on target. But its eyes widen for a second, and its jaw unhinges and moves down its chest. Its jaw now rests in the
That's
center
not
of its sternum with a
normal.
gaping hole that is this glowing, the opposite of a dark abyss. It is a glowing pit.
Oh no.
As the bolt is just consumed, it begins to irradiate light off of its body as its jaw moves back up into its mouth. As it feels emboldened, the arrow pushes out of its body and it falls to the ground.
Good to know.
Yeah,
Don't
we're
cast
fucked.
magic.
As the
Yeah.
radiant
Well, it's bad
damage
news.
I got a
is
whip.
absorbed.
You got a stick. You know,
Okay, don't use radiant on it.
noted. Noted. Okay, lesson learned.
Alrighty.
We're sciencing.
Alrighty then.
I'm
So that was
gonna,
2 activation.
just gonna write
Yeah,
in my
it's
notes. Just gonna write in my notes here.
Yeah. 15 hits and don't hit it with radiant.
Looks like it heals off radiant damage. You healed the arrow if it took damage.
Klieg is standing pretty much front and center.
Yeah,
As soon as the vines and everything, I could imagine the slide into position.
I may
So
not have that ability yet, but I will. Think it down, Mr. President.
it's rushing in the direction of Admatha, but it has to get through Klieg first.
Mhm.
So it's going to try and rush past Klieg.
Ooh, attack of opportunity.
So I get an attack of opportunity.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Because it's rushing for Admatha.
Well, I don't have Sentinel,
Headlong.
so I can't stop it.
No,
Trip it. Pop it.
Sorry. Fuck.
roll to hit.
Go ahead.
I love you.
13 plus 5, 18.
18. That will hit.
We like
Roll
this.
damage.
7 plus 5. 13.
13.
Or 12.
12.
12 damage. Slashing.
What's your strength bonus?
Plus 3.
So 13. I have a threat kind of a system. Basically, I make wisdom saves for the enemies if they want to attack something specifically. It's similar to concentration. It's either the damage or 10 plus the strength. damage bonus of the attack. So, wisdom save 13. It's 20. It's going to make it to Admatha. As it rushes forward, it's going to make 2 claw attacks. What's your AC?
15.
1 will hit. Both will hit.
It's okay, because you have something to do.
Yeah, I have 1 spell left. Oh no. Oh, but I have my cantrips though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you don't have any healing cantrips.
I
Yeah.
do not, but I just mean for
Yes, you could lean into
other stuff I
cantrips
might
for-
be able to do.
Wow, that is really on point there. Both attacks do the same amount of damage. It's basically yeah, 8 damage apiece.
What kind of damage?
Slashing.
Okay.
As it leaps forward with its claws.
Wait, 8 each?
Yeah, so that's
Each.
16.
16.
I'm dead. Well, I'm down. Yeah.
Yep, level 2. Okay.
So she was honestly,
Oh, no.
it's the you saw her hands curl at her side as it unveiled itself, and she just stood there. And her face is so hard to read that it's hard to know what she was thinking anyway before it went so poorly.
Its claws rend through, and you actually see the armor on Admatha's body tear as the claws cut in, and Admatha falls, her ghostly form flickering. On your activation, the one,
These two.
you'll be rolling death saves.
I have advantage on that if it makes you feel any better. A little bit? A little bit.
A little bit.
Okay.
Where's protect?
Your next activation.
Doing a poor job.
I'll go.
You kind of have to. You're the only one that is available to.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the one thing I can do. Does it look like my sword did anything to it? When I hit it
What was the
before?
damage total you did again?
12.
Yeah, you cut away
Okay.
just chunks of vine.
Alright. Trying to see if my sword did anything.
Oh, it did.
Ooh.
It was just fully focused on food.
You need fortune.
I do need fortune.
Use it.
I'm gonna up the fate.
Do
Use
it.
a point of fortune.
No. Up the fate when it
To
gets
10.
down.
Yeah,
Yes.
10.
I'm gonna roll to see what happens on that.
What could happen? I'm dead anyway.
Well, I'm glad I did because that was a 19 and I have one more thing left of my
Crit?
my crit on my
Oh,
Yeah!
All right.
This is the last charge of improved critical.
Poetic.
So 8 plus 5 is 13 plus a d8,
I like these numbers so far.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
which is a 1. So that is a 14 damage.
14
hit.
damage.
Then I'm gonna action surge.
Whoa.
Okay.
Oh, Angie.
And attack again.
Yes.
Okay.
As in Clay has gotten. These people are nice to Klieg. And some of the only people to be nice to Klieg. And one of them is now flickering like a light bulb going out.
Like a bug zapper.
So there is an angry snarl that almost cracks as Klieg's jaw opens a little wider than it should while he's
There's a viscous, slightly luminescent ectoplasm leaking from Admatha's wounds.
21 to hit.
That will
Ooh,
definitely hit.
Yeah.
That's 2, which is 7 slashing damage.
Okay. Next activation.
You did 12 and then 7?
14 and
14
7.
and 7. Okay.
As you swing across, you put an X in the back of this thing. It rears up and howls and looks over its shoulder, its eye a beacon of light.
Mm-hmm.
As it is turning its attention towards you.
Look at that aggro.
Good.
It is now your initiative slot. So now, Admatha's initiative slot cannot be used by anybody else, nor can Admatha claim somebody else's initiative slot to roll death saves. But you need to roll death saves. The upside of being one of the Hollow Legion is that they roll with advantage for death saves. There's
So,
disadvantages involved in other things.
Yes.
But
So I have advantage and a +4 to that.
yeah, they're super hardy, but playing Hollow Legionnaire is like playing hardcore mode in Diablo.
18.
18?
So
So
you
yeah,
pass
you save.
You pass one.
You pass one.
Yes.
How many do we have?
You have to pass 3 or fail 3.
Thank you.
If you roll 20, you immediately stand up. You immediately resurrected 1 health.
Remember that time we TPK'd in Pirates and I stood up and I went, fuck, and then died again?
And then I threw a grenade on you?
Yes!
Well, you were dead anyway, so it's fine.
Yes, any damage done to a fallen is an automatic death save. A 1 rolled on death saves is automatically 2 fails.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's now top of the order. Everyone's initiatives have refreshed. Who would like to take the first initiative? You guys are standing next to each other, essentially. This thing is in the middle of the 3 of you. Admatha is down on the ground next to Samira. Klieg is just behind it because it had to rush past Klieg to attack Admatha. And Jahari is maybe 10 feet behind you guys.
Okay. So just for the sake of my clarity, you have to pass more death saves before you are at 1 HP?
Naturally, any healing done while any fallen character is making saves will bring them immediately out and clear their death
Okay,
saves.
so I can
Yeah,
use
you
this
can just drop a
opportunity
heal on
to
them,
heal
yeah.
her. Okay, I'm gonna guess it's probably
I mean, I'm biased. I might be a little too close to the subject to give an opinion, but, you know.
That's fair. Samira will very quickly kind of drop down and just grab either side of Ada's head and just say, "You're not leaving me. You're not going yet. It is not your time." And use Cure Wounds, which
Heal
is
me, mama.
1d8 plus spellcasting ability modifier. Oh, I still
So
can't.
1d8 plus wisdom, which is 3, right?
Which is 3. Oh, my spell. No, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I can never remember which is the d8 off the top of my
The
head.
one that looks like a diamond. That's how I remember.
Yeah, I
me
used
see.
to. I think it's this one. I
That's
used to know, but I
that's a
don't use
d10.
them anymore. This one? There's so many
This
diamonds.
buddy.
This friend. Hello, friend. We're good. We're good.
Did you just roll an 8?
6
6. Okay.
Altogether?
altogether.
Okay.
6. Thank you. Yay.
Admatha's
Helping.
ghostly form solidifies beneath the armor. The armor is still cut and scarred, but
Okay, I have mending for this.
the good point of order here. You cannot mend a Hollow Legionnaire.
Oh.
Their HP literally heals the armor itself.
I suppose that checks out,
The armor is
given
them.
your situation. Yeah.
I mean, if you understand my situation, please tell me.
It's a full-on owl situation. An Elric, if you will.
Are you full of cats? Oh no, birds.
A
You're full
bird.
of birds.
Yeah.
So you may take any activation now that you are up, as your form solidifies.
Yay.
Welcome back.
Uh,
I'll do that
do you
again.
have any other activations?
That would be my main action, and I don't really think there's anywhere I could necessarily move to that would be advantageous.
You,
You
have
are
to
in-
leave its
yeah,
opportunity.
you
have to
are
leave
in its
attack.
threat range.
Yeah. I suppose. So wait, no, I should leave it. attack range?
You'll get attacked.
suggesting?
You'll
if
get
you try.
attacked.
You'll
if
get
you
attacked.
move.
Okay, okay. Sorry.
I did the same
worries.
thing. I'm like, wait, can I leave? It's dangerous. I don't like this.
I don't think I have any bonus actions. All of my cantrips cost 1 action,
Yeah,
so I think
you
I'm
can't-
good.
You can't full action spell bonus action cantrip anyway. It's the opposite way around.
Oh, I'd have to do the cantrip first.
No, the cantrip would have to be your full action.
Oh yeah, I just remember last week.
It's spending mana.
You had a bonus action spell.
Yeah,
full
and I
action
don't
cantrip.
have that in my loadout this time,
Nope.
so I can't. So I'm done.
Okay.
Okay, sorry about that. I am
Next
the noob.
activation, then. Who wants to go?
Jahari, I think, is the only one that can.
No, as we started the round
Everyone
again.
can. You're at the top of the initiative order.
Yeah, but I thought we had 2 activations before the.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you have
this
2
is not the first one.
activations.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
You
Now it's
took
the second
one.
one.
Oh, that's
so it
right. We
be
can
either
choose
of us.
who.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm-
roster.
I'm sorry.
Roster.
I'm really.
Yeah.
Anybody can
I'm out
go.
of sorts this week.
It's okay.
We're good. I'm the noob.
No.
Please have
Fine.
patience.
Do you want to keep aggro now that you're awake?
I mean, I'm gonna do damage.
Okay.
I
then
can't
go.
heal myself.
You can go. You didn't get a chance
Get
to
revenge.
last time.
Yeah.
Yes, vengeance. Sweet vengeance. Martha had like a hand pressed to the filigree along her chest, and it also, you see, it's holding it almost looks like a ceremonial dagger crafted from some antler or horn, and she starts pulling a collection of energy from it. I remember when my skin blossomed and my toes reached the soil, and it was not like that. It's not like you. And I'm going to try and cast Chromatic Orb.
Okay. Now, Chromatic Orb, you get to select.
Yes. So the collection of energy as it starts to swirl around and pull out into that sphere is going to have a whipping, almost like that flickering you saw in her spirit before, like a candle in a really windy day, a flame element to it. So fire.
Fire. Okay.
Well, unless you're gonna let me do an Arcana check to know what would be a more appropriate thing here, I'm going
If
with
you would,
forest
you know what?
fires.
Roll an Arcana check. Yes, roll an Arcana
Okay.
check.
That would be 11 unless I use something.
You got 7 points of fortune.
Yeah, use one.
I'm clearly not gonna use that d20.
I have already used
Thank
your
you.
fate tick, by the way.
Oh, good. 18.
18.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're my child today. Putting you away.
You go to
You're
jail.
good. You're nice.
As you see this happen, it absorbed the radiant.
Mm-hmm.
And as you start to build it towards fire, you start to notice the hue changes within its body, reflecting the flicker of a red flame.
Pretty.
It seems to be aligned with certain elements. Meta knowledge time.
Yeah, Cassandra's
Here's
not,
some rules.
Sorry.
So, I rolled 4 times. I told you I rolled 4 times before the
Mm-hmm.
You're noticing
Yes.
it's flickering between 4 colors. It absorbed radiant before.
Okay.
It has 3 other types that it would absorb.
Okay, and it's okay. Then
Can you just keep cycling through orb colors on your thing?
I can.
It wouldn't.
Yeah.
Doesn't work that way.
I'll let you do the one.
No,
Yeah.
fair.
Anything else, you're gonna have to guess. It is a very tricksy monster.
Yeah, it is. Then maybe flavor it more with the quake of her voice, because she just said some pretty hefty things, and go with thunder.
Okay.
Hold on. 21?
21. It's a first level spell.
Yes, it is. The only thing we can cast. This is the best we've got.
Well,
This
it
is-
heals 4. That's one of them.
Oh,
I rolled
balls.
randomly, and I've got 4 listed here. You've picked out Radiant, Fire, and Thunder.
Okay.
There's one
Oh,
other
God.
damage type that it absorbs.
I've got plenty of other stuff. It's just,
I know, but I'm thinking of your cantrips too.
yeah. I have cold and necrotic. And psychic.
I have psychic as well. With
You have a
vicious mockery.
cantrip that's psychic.
I do.
Yeah.
Both of you.
Yeah, we both do.
We both do.
Cantrips are good because you can
I have a
test.
cantrip.
Sword?
Sword.
I can't stab!
All right. So, as you release this orb, it's shuddering through the air. A mouth opens on its back in
Oh,
anticipation
that's
of
gross.
it arriving, and it clamps down around the orb, pulls it in, and you see some of the slashes that Klieg put into its body start to knit closed on its back. As it's still looking at Klieg. 'Cause
Yay.
Klieg did a lot of damage in one turn, so
And
it's
I
paying
just
attention to
healed
the threat.
Yeah, and you healed it.
I
You guys
just
both
healed
healed it.
I said we were gonna be friends and we were gonna have dinner together, and I'm not a liar.
You're feeding it. Good
Yep.
job.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Its activation,
Mm-hmm.
it will attack Klieg.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you have the most HP.
And the most AC. This is my
Actually,
job.
No, it's not going to attack Klieg.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
It's going to do something else.
No, it's not.
Understand we love you and then what?
The vines beneath, you start to see the light pulsating a little bit harder,
Mm-hmm.
and you hear that hissing sound. That sound of a burning lighthouse beacon. As the vines pull apart and turn it into a wicker mesh, you can see the body of the elven-looking being beneath, made of pure light, throw its arms back and become a great flash to everything around it.
Oh.
I need everybody to make con saves,
Oh.
Including Jahari?
including Jahari. He's within 60 feet.
Oh, 60-foot range?
Ooh.
Jesus fuck. Alright.
It's a big burst.
Yeah.
Well, at least we're both proficient in Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
That'll do.
Got a 14.
Same.
Well, okay, you know what? I'm gonna stick with it then.
I am at a...
Our fingers crossed.
I rolled
Yeah.
an 18 plus 5. 23.
Okay.
Jahari rolled a 13 plus 4, 17.
Okay. Smira and Ada,
14.
14.
casters. Both of you. The DC was 15. As
Aw.
the light bursts out of its body, your retinas are singed. You are now blinded
Oh, perfect.
until you
Don't
can
need
make
to
a
see.
saving throw at the end of every round.
Good times.
Ah, well, I don't need to see to yell at it.
It burns. You can almost hear the sound as there was a pressure wave that accompanied the light. It is now your activations.
I cast sword!
There you go. Roll to hit, please.
Cast.
That's your arcane focus.
Gotta
My
use
favorite.
all of-
Yeah.
I've got Trixies on this thing, so I
No,
need to
use
roll Trixies.
violence.
15 plus 5, dirty 20. That'll hit.
That will hit, yes.
That D8 didn't want to roll anything above a
Keep
2.
track of damage,
Hold on.
but I don't know how much I healed it for. Just to get a feel for its
Yeah.
HP in case we encounter another, but alas.
Better. 10 slash.
10. All right,
Yes.
I'm going to use a reaction.
Okay.
Mhm.
As the wicker bits close up, the vines rolling back in, becoming its vegetative, sinewy muscle tissue, you swing down. It's only returning to its normal form as you hit. As the blade lands, you hear a
Oh,
pop
Pop.
as its arm severs off of its body. I'm electing to negate the damage you've done in favor of removing one of its attacks. I get to burst a limb off of its body
Ugh.
to negate damage done, but I lose access to one of its attacks.
Oh.
Tricksy indeed.
Told you, it's a tricksy thing.
Yeah.
Whose jaw's a
Okay.
little more. Like,
You lopped off its arm, though.
they lopped off its arm. Yay! It's great. My friends didn't see me do something cool.
By the way, this is on page
blind.
5 of the creature collection.
Yay. Fucking hell.
What's that? Did you do something cool?
You just
pop,
heard a
and there's another snarl from a very toothy, kind of gaping jawed Cleek.
You can't read anything from here, so
No.
haha! Here, look, it's on the page.
And from
Look
over
at
Cleek's
the imagery.
shoulder, Jahari, who moves slightly further back to be probably around 30 feet away from him,
Mhm.
but over Cleek's
Oh, it's
shoulder,
just
so you'd have to
put
go
in the
through
Discord.
Cleek
Yeah.
to get
They
over to
put in the
Jahari.
Discord.
Over Cleek's shoulder, another shot rings out from the bow. As the last person to activate this round will be Jahari.
Okay, roll to hit.
Go, Jahari. Save us with your beams of light.
Fuck! That's a 1. Sorry, I rolled a fuck on the die.
Oh.
It's okay, I can't win them all. You're blind.
As
He's not.
he's not.
But I thought he was.
But Klieg,
No,
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 he
he's just us.
saved.
Oh.
Uh,
Why did I think
but
it was-
Klieg is moving to maintain, so he pulls back, and then all of a sudden you just hear and lets off an arrow into the sky. You stop getting in the way! As he pulls
He
another
just
arrow.
turns to look over their shoulder.
Okay, no, you're doing great. Keep it up!
Conversation.
As you hear behind you.
Top of the order.
Next, top of the order. You have 2 activations.
Do you guys get to make your save? It was the end of the round.
Yes, you're blind. At the end of at the.
Is it
let's
our
see here.
turn or?
Yeah, you said
End of. Yeah, at the end of the round. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. That's the
Okay.
way it's worded.
It's just another
Usually, it's the end of your activation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's like at the end of your turn or something
Yeah.
like that. It'll say.
Oh,
No, this was written as the end of the round. I would probably
I'm blind. as
rewrite
fuck.
this one.
Use fortune.
Yeah, I think I want to use a fortune.
Use
ahead,
fortune,
use
I
yeah.
don't want to be
Fortune.
blind
You have
anymore.
you have 5 now
this is a
using this
bad-
one.
That's a bad time to be blind. Okay, that's better. I think.
What is it?
It would be 16?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. That means we start our round off not blind anymore.
This is good.
Yeah. We both would pass if 15 is still the threshold.
Progress.
Yes.
Progress, we did it.
Yay.
You
Now do the cool thing again, honey.
can see.
Yeah, that would
Mom is
definitely.
watching.
I'm gonna run it as the way it's written. I would definitely change it though. In the
Yeah.
future, I'm going to run that differently. It's going to be at the end of your activation because that means why use it?
Yeah.
Because if at the end of the
Mhm.
round you save anyway, it literally.
I think the
that-
hope is that they fail and then
Yeah, but the turn
Yeah.
did nothing.
Yeah.
Essentially. All right. You have your sight back. Though,
Well, we
so-
need all the help we can get, so we're gonna take this.
do you want to do the thing
Sure, we can do the thing.
since you could see? We have an idea.
Okay,
We
go
have
for
a-
it.
We have a thing.
Edmatha from the flash was just clawing at her eyes like "Ah! Ah!" and as she's clawing, another hand pulls back and it's like a separate spectral hand from her own, and it's going to be chill touch starts to snake out towards the creature.
Is that a roll to hit, or is
It
that
is
a save?
make a ranged spell attack against the creature.
Range spell attack.
Yeah. 20.
That hits.
Okay, so
It is a cantrip. It is a 0-type spell, and it is. Although it's called Chill Touch, it is necrotic damage.
yes. However, the really fun part here is that I'll roll my damage in a second, but it says, and it cannot regain hit points until the start of your next turn.
That would still take effect. Yeah.
That's going to be 6 necrotic.
Well, it's not healing, but it does no damage. As it grabs it, its flesh ripples, and you see teeth almost biting at the hand, but it gives it's an empty meal. There's no sustenance. There's not enough sustenance behind it.
Joke's on you, fucking bushroot. We had an idea.
I rolled 4
Combo
times.
attack.
I rolled 4 times.
Yeah.
I rolled fire, necrotic, radiant, thunder.
Okay.
You want to do the rest of your idea?
Yeah, guess
Go
we'll do the
for
rest of our idea. Okay. Samira herself gets to her feet, kind of blinking her vision as she adjusts back to it. And she is going to use we'll call it her signature attack because I really like it. And she's going to use Sacred Flame, presuming that this thing can't heal due to chill touch.
Okay.
That is our idea.
Well, okay. You
That means it doesn't work that way.
Yeah,
Okay. Fair.
okay.
Yeah.
I have an
you rolled
alternative.
high enough to understand what it's doing. It is immune to those types of damage as well.
Oh, so it's not necessary.
And it
Okay.
heals
We
from
misunderstood it.
for
Okay.
every
Yeah.
mana you put
Okay.
into a spell, it gets to heal a d6.
It's
Okay.
my fault that I was dumb. That's so.
You're not
No,
dumb.
my friend is beautiful and smart, and I'm the dumb one.
You have another character.
If you were
Yes, I
to
do.
mock viciously,
That's the alternative plan. Yeah.
so what is it that Samira is saying that
Um,
is harming it so irrevocably?
Oh, you're
in its
really
mind?
pushing the boundaries of my anxiety.
Just an insult works. You don't have to be
Yeah,
clever. It's literally it's whatever you say is backed up by magic.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So she's quite upset at being blind. So she's going to say something along the lines of, keeping in theme with earlier discussion, you Jatatan weed, I'll pull you out from the root and you'll die on the dirt or something along those lines, and essentially angry threatening of just F you.
You can say very much that because it's backed up by magic. It's going to do its effect.
Yeah.
This is a save on its behalf, if I am aware. What is your spell save DC?
Wisdom saving throw.
Okay, I can do that. I can make a wisdom saving throw.
I don't like that you can do that.
I can try.
Which is 13 is your DC, right?
Well, I rolled
Sure.
a 10.
There. Okay.
Oh, wait. I rolled a 12.
Whoa, this is not the edging I'm into.
Okay, so 1d4 psychic damage is what I get to roll.
And then it gets disadvantage on its attacks.
Oh, it does.
Yeah,
Yay!
it's a debuff
utility.
Good job. See?
Oh, it's a 1.
That's okay.
That's
Still-
okay.
Yeah.
We're progress. We're gonna chip it.
It's debuff, man. That's powerful.
It's important.
As it's hit, it recoils from Samira's words as it turns and looks over its shoulder with a hate in its glowing eyes.
I'm a bully.
You are. You're the pretty mean girl in school.
Next.
Can't sit with us.
So that was 2 activations there?
Mhm.
All right. It will get 1 attack this turn. Let's see. Is it as an action or... Oh, it's a bonus
One
action.
arm.
It gets to do that. Okay, so it's going to do its... it doesn't get to do it first, but it's going to swipe up at Cleek. Cleek still being the owner of the high damage mark.
It's my job. At least I get disadvantage on it, but AC is 19.
I rolled a raw 18.
With disadvantage?
Oh, it's got disadvantage,
Yeah.
right?
Good job.
Ooh. It only got a 15 with the disadvantage.
See? Heavy
I
lifting.
could take the damage, though. I mean,
It swipes, and Klieg is forced to throw up the shield and deflect the claw away, but there wasn't much damage into it because it reaches down, picks up the arm, and reattaches it as it rolls the shoulder,
does.
the vines knitting together as it uses its bonus action on a subsequent turn to reattach the limb.
so my last attack did nothing. Got it.
Join the club.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
I
only
don't
got
cry
to
about
attack
it.
once this turn because of that, though.
Yeah.
It did do something. Next activation, because it can't do anything else this turn. So,
We cast sword and bow.
Yeah.
please.
Cast Mighty Pierce.
Yeah.
Jahari's gonna try again.
Jahari attack.
DP double pierce. That's what DP stands for, chat.
14 plus 7 is gonna be
Yep.
21.
Yes, it does.
21 will hit.
D8 plus a D6, because Hunter's Mark is still a thing.
Yeah.
Ooh, that is an 8 plus a 6. That is max damage on both die.
Wow. Plus his dex.
14 plus 3, 17. The Mahes.
This cat's carrying us.
Mm-hmm. We owe
He
him
is
so much whiskey.
Rangers
Yeah.
or DPS?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hold on. I have to do math. Damn it.
Big surprise there. It's not as if we picked a game that's literally math the game. But, you
Grand
know.
total was 17, you said?
Jesus Christ, guys.
What are they doing out there? They're inspired.
Yeah.
Jahari's their hero.
Yeah. They're cheering Jahari on upstairs.
They're
Is it
practicing
showing
their
any
aim,
sort
but
of
throwing
sign of
each
wear or
other.
tear?
This time, the arrow flies. It is bloodied.
Okay.
As the arrow sinks in and buries just under the trapezius and across the neckline.
Oh, that'll help you stand up
As
straight.
it rears back and lets out a mournful if a hive of hornets could howl is the sound it releases from its throat as you see light pouring out of its mouth as it does so. Next activation.
Worth the death
sword.
saves. Done. I'm good.
It is now Klieg.
Yeah, Klieg is going to, after bringing the shield up for the last attack and having the arrow go through, follow it from the other direction, raking across his other arm towards his jaw. It's gonna be a 16 plus...
That will hit.
Okay.
Whatever you roll plus 16 is definitely a hit.
Plus 5 is 9 slashing.
9 slashing. As the arrow hits and its head goes back,
Lightning as well?
I think it was
Klieg
thunder. I didn't know they were
swings
separated,
the
so I
blade
just wasn't
around.
realizing.
and instead of a slash, you see an opening. Tilting the blade in, you thrust across. Its head comes down as it is lunging forward. Your blade breaches just below the viney vegetative pectoral and stabs in just in the center of its chest. The vines open up, making that wicker-like window. As you can see, the blade cuts in and across through the head of the shining being inside its body. Its eyes, where its eyes would be, you see ridges of light where brow furrows as it dissipates in a liquid light explosion, bursting forth luminescent, sanguinous fluid erupts in a fountain across Klieg's body,
Oh.
coating the ground. A silhouette of Klieg's form left in the splatter as it glows, looking like many crushed fireflies.
We saw the cool thing.
The light inside it dies. No skin remains as this plant matter lycanthrope form crumbles like a scarecrow that had its stick removed. Just folds and flops a pile of useless plant matter on the ground. As the light slowly fades, the glowing luminescence sublimates, leaving Klieg clean, but for the slight ectoplasmic moistness that just lingers a little bit extra.
Shimmery.
Yeah.
Klieg, who would unhinge their jaw when yelling before, just reaches up and cracks it back into place like someone with a bad bout of TMJ at the moment.
Too close to home.
Listen, I get it too.
Oh.
I get it too. I also have to pop my jaw, but Klieg pops theirs back into place and is just kind of. You okay?
From behind Klieg, where Jahari had ducked behind to avoid the splash, completely clean, stands up. I'm fine.
With a gross ectoplasm covered hand, Klieg reaches over and just pats the top of Jahari's head.
He starts
Uh-huh.
licking his hand and running it over the top of his head. No! No! It is terrible! No! Just...
I felt like we needed that.
He just runs over and squats off to the side and is just like, no! Ah, it's disgusting! No!
We must protect him at all costs.
I think the anime is about Jahari, and we're the side characters, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is their show.
I think so.
Yeah, new credits roll, and it's just a montage of like Jahari running, and we're in the background jumping up, and like, hey, cheering.
A rumple of plant matters is on the ground in front of Klieg. Only the remnants of its shape left behind, its wooden claws. You can see the discarded bone, teeth, like a deflated blow-up lycanthrope on the ground.
Samira just kind of approaches it, kneels down, and is just sort of observing the pile curiously with a slight somber expression on her face, and she just kind of says quietly to herself, "Nothing I've ever read mentioned quite how hard this would be." She just kind of takes that minute to sit, because there is something very kind of sad in the final moments of that creature, despite the fact that it nearly took Ada's life.
Everything's gotta eat, I guess.
Well, you gave it a good final meal. I wouldn't ask for anything more.
I feel like the time I ate muffins doesn't feel good.
Do you not like muffins?
Yeah, I don't like muffins. No, I don't. Her eyes linger back into the last resting place. I don't like the way this feels. We should get back to the wagon. Alduin's probably gonna start molting if I make him stay out of what?
Before we do, gestures towards the weird dome-like hovel. There were supplies in there, were there not? Should we maybe see if anything is in there that we could
It
use?
could be something from the caravan for our
Protect.
Sir Protect to see if they'll be able to
Oh my
deliver
God,
something.
you have
from
knighted
it.
him. That's very kind of you.
He seems like a good soldier. I don't really have the ability to knight people, I think. Let's go see what we can find.
Yeah.
Hey, Jahari, you good?
You just tongue out along his arm. Yeah. Fine.
Holds out the flask to him. Get the taste out of your mouth.
Takes the flask and does not have any compunction about finishing off this glass of whiskey.
Maybe there's more in
All
the
right,
bubble.
so I just rolled. I did something I normally never do. I rolled treasure.
Oh.
Oh. Possibly good.
You get to increase. So as the group of you goes in, you find the crates are stocked still. So you start pulling fine clothing from one of the boxes. In another, you find smooth river stones. And in another, find shiny stones. Blue. Sapphires, to be specific. If sold, you will increase your resources. Have to haggle, though, to see if you could see by how much. But give it a value of 2 right now. I could go up or down.
We'll have to find somewhere to actually sell that then.
Mm-hmm.
Klieg, using sword to pry open boxes.
Oh,
Breaks.
it's damaged and dinged to all hell. It's still sharp.
You hear the sound of glass in wooden racks inside one. As you pop it open, you find marked with a logo of Stalwart's Curios and Curiosities. You find 3 bottles. All 3 have red liquid inside with gold dust floating within it. They're unmarked, but for a tag with a number on it.
I'm resistant to poison. I'll test it. It's fine. I won't be able to tell you if it's poison though. This is useless.
Ada finds a box with the greatest gift of all as Samira rushes over. Because there's books in this one.
Oh. That's getting written in all caps in my notes.
Books! Give me 1 second.
Just fucking, you see like squirrel grabbing and then running off into a tree. Mine! Sit there lovingly mending everyone.
All right. Let's see here. Okay, all right. I'm gonna have to roll randomly on this. As you find one book, it's the beginnings of an apprentice's journal, and within. Oh, nope. Need to go to the wizard section. Within is recorded a spell.
Oh.
Make an Arcana check. Oh.
It's 6. Sure. Why not today?
Very weird rolls today.
I cannot use my reroll on that. Just dumb.
Oh, that's perfect. A young evoker's... I rolled this randomly. A young evoker's tried and true... You need to learn this if you're going to be of any use, kind of a spell. As it describes bolts of force that ring out. There's a spell scroll of magic missile in this. I literally rolled all this random.
Can I make the obligatory attacking the darkness joke?
I mean, it's fair. We're doing classics today.
I mean, what are the
You
chances?
don't get to attack Kleeg's backstory.
Wow!
Spoiler alert.
There's no spoilers about it.
No, I
you
mean,
know where I come from.
I know.
Look how
There's nothing good there. I'm super well adjusted to society.
look at your spiky shoulder. Very clearly evil.
I have a skull on my sword.
It's
Wrapped
fine,
in chains.
It's fine.
And you find one final thing, because Samira was looking through at the end. Where is it? Where's the damn thing? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I know. By the way, thank you. The follow. Well, yeah, that did that.
Don't
Oh,
know
no.
if good or bad.
Yeah, but I don't want to read that one.
I don't like that as an early one. I reroll
Oh, that means it was powerful.
It's not because it's powerful, I just don't like that.
Fair.
Okay.
Good eyebrow. Good eyebrow. All right. All right.
My favorite part is guessing. Is this a good reaction
Mhm.
or bad? And good for who?
Samira finds a torque. It is bronze and braided, and it's the heads of two serpents open with fangs bared at the center. These things will require identification if you want more information on what they are. So right now, write a note of what you have picked up, and then identification will be required from that point.
Okay, we'll go back to town, go to Decker Kane. Tell us what you got.
We got scrolls of identification.
Yeah.
TP.
Who has TP?
What town would it let off in?
Oh no!
Leone? I'm
Oh
not doing this again.
no, I don't want to do this again either. Fair point.
We haven't opened up the next waymark yet.
I don't know what
Okay.
landmark is possibly in Hornsaw.
Um,
The horse village.
As you are finally coming across the last of your things, you hear from outside. Hello, hello, friend. Guys. Mother, is this one of yours?
Oh! Protect! Sir, protect!
As you can hear an arrow, as you can hear a bowstring getting taut.
No, that's the friend
no,
I told you we
Dari,
made.
no.
You and your friends just
Didn't actually make this friend, made it. Made
Friend made
no,
us?
you just find them now. No, of course.
it found us.
You hear an arrow go away into a quiver and just stomping off into the distance. Oh yes, of course. Everyone gets to show up and have drinks.
Is there any liquor in this hovel?
There's
Someone needs
drinks.
to calm him down.
Actually, yes, you do find a couple of bottles of what look to be, they are circular bottles with gold filigree around the outside. One might say they look like what we would know as Chambord. Those fancy fucking bottles.
That sounds like a monster for someone
After
who doesn't
pulling
drink.
out the potions, Quig pulls out a couple of bottles and goes, "No, he's still our friend. Plus we're paying him."
The Chardoon Slain walks over to the pile of clothing, looks down, looks back up to you, and nods. Protect. As he puts the sword down, takes his shield, and starts jamming it into the ground and dragging it. Jamming it into the ground.
Is he dig?
He's digging.
And dragging it.
I'll help him.
You're gonna help him.
I'm gonna help him.
Okay.
Like just looks at him, looks down at the ground, and yeah, okay. And with the scabbard of the sword is helping loosen the dirt up. Not the sword itself, because that'll be a bitch to get out of the inside of the scabbard. But this thing is dinged up and rusty to all hell anyway, so.
Between the two of you, it takes maybe 15 minutes as you dig a shallow grave. And as soon as it reaches a point, he picks up the shield and his sword, steps into it, and lies down, holding the shield and the sword across his chest. The dirt of its own accord starts to rumble and crawl, fill in the hole as he buries himself.
Did you guys do that?
No.
Huh.
Mark off a side quest completed.
Suppose he wants to remain with his charge.
I can find your damn. I specifically saved it.
I'm very
Oh, it's over
envious
here.
of the fulfillment.
Well, maybe you'll find something else to help fulfill you.
I'm feeling particularly empty today.
Is it because of what just happened?
I think I just need time.
You wanna talk? I'm here to listen. You may not know what to say. You said something about growing before. Roots and branches. And I may have been so angry I dislocated my jaw, but I could hear it.
Do you need that woven back?
No, it's working again. And it cracks a couple times as Klieg just
That's working?
Yeah.
I don't think that's how that's supposed to work. Samira, move your jaw.
No, that's not how it's supposed to work.
See?
But
It'll be alright.
I think Klieg plays by slightly different rules than I do.
Don't worry, I won't break them before you get to use them. Well, someone else might break them.
It's okay. Your bones can still be broken and I'd have use for them.
Good to know.
Oh, we need to start carrying all this back to the...
Not the clothes.
Well, no, if we... Actually, we could... Can we not take some clothes?
I don't think they're ours to take.
Well, none of this is ours to take. Technically, we're stealing everything right now.
It's a bit more symbolic, if you will. I think the clothes mean something to protect.
The person. Got it. Sorry. My brain went to protect what? Oh, no, the one that just buried himself.
Yeah, those to whom they belonged. The other things, well, they might find use outside of here, but the clothes, I think they should stay.
I don't get it, but that's okay. We'll take clothes off someone else then. Grandma's looking particularly bedraggled, and I would feel bad if we had to go into town with her dressed that way.
We'll find her something.
Okay.
As you're speaking, you hear rolling up outside a horse's hooves and the rattle of a wagon wheel. Wagon wheels, I should say, 4 of them. So, Jahari, What, I heard a commotion. Is everything all right? I came as fast as I could. As you can just, there's a moment and a break, and you hear lips smacking. As, yes, they're just finishing up in there. Everything is Don Quixote, as he just walks away in the direction of southwest along the tree line, drinking, as he shouts over his shoulder, I'm gonna check a little further down, stretch my legs, drink this. Is everything okay in there?
Everything's fine. We've just come across
Things we're gonna steal?
some treasure? Question mark?
As you look outside, he's already off the cart, and he has his cane, and he's just kind of poking it at the pile of vines. Done some gardening, I see. Poke, 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 poke.
Can you stop that?
Oh.
Hmm?
Don't disturb the dead. They're sleeping.
Okay.
You can poke this over here, though. There seems to be some fine things that we found from the wagon remains. And it's just like holds up the torque and is like, there's this thing over here. Puts that down. Found a book that we're gonna read on the way. Puts that down. There's unidentifiable liquids that we're going to consume and see what it does to our bodies later.
Oh, it sounds like a party then.
Yeah.
Favors, drinks all around. Judging by where we are, I do believe if we are able to get on the road soon, might be able to make it to Horse Clan territory by nightfall. They are very welcoming.
I'd say that sounds like a plan.
When it comes to Broadreach clans, as he walks over towards the cart.
That's an odd quantifier. I'm not worried at all.
Some of them are nicer than others.
Martha starts scooping up some of the things and start walking out with the...
All right.
Effectively same.
Three of you hopping back onto the cart.
I'm not driving this time. I've got stuff to do.
You're identifying in the back?
Yeah.
Okay. Between you and Dradoki, you're able to identify all the items.
Nice.
The 3 potions are potions of healing. The torque is a torque of fire breath.
Ooh.
1 charge, 3d6 flame breath. Recharges at dawn.
You said 3d6?
3d6 flame breath.
Thank you.
Dex save 13 for half.
We'll make a little card for it.
Yeah.
Whoever is wearing it can just
It
breathe fire in a 30-foot cone.
Neat.
Does it require attunement?
Yes. And you have your spell scroll of Magic Missile. From the Apprentice's spell book. They got 1 spell out. The rest are nonsense words.
What is attunement?
There are a certain number of slots you could have and attuned items equipped at a time.
3.
Whereas some, 3, and some magic items don't require attunement.
Okay, so in this
Some
case,
do.
this would count towards 1 or 2 of your 3 allotted attunement.
One of your 3
Okay.
slots, and I don't think any one of us has any other magic items attuned, so
Nope.
we should
Yeah.
be okay on that.
It also
front.
means you can't, like, pass it in around to somebody else.
It
and...
takes time to attune to.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to spend a short rest attuning to it.
Okay,
Basically, you'd have to take time to equip it.
right. Okay, that makes sense.
As you ride out, the road that you are on now remains pretty solid. Along the tree line, you occasionally see things looking out at you. Things that don't want to leave the trees.
Good.
At times, you even think it might be the trees themselves. Over the next 2 hours, just as the sun touches the horizon, you see a large pillar statue.
Sorry, Jahari's drunk again.
Standing next to the pillar statue, leaning up against it, Jahari stands. The pillared statue, similar to a knight's piece in chess. A massive horse head. As you get closer, he shouts, "I think I found Horsey Clan territory over here."
Good job.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure. As he turns and looks over his shoulder, and there's a glint of steel from the bushes, as you see an arrowhead, and an elven form steps out. They are young, wiry muscle on a thin athletic frame. Hair is held in tight braids to their head. Dark hair, pointed ears, and a almost mahogany skin tone. They step out and squint. The leathers and foliage used to camouflage themselves. Now obvious once they're no longer standing amongst the native vegetation. Looks over the rest of them, keeping his arrow drawn on Jahari, and says, "Yes, you have found Horse Clan territory. I would be knowing who you are before you go any further."
Check out Devil's Luck Gaming, live on Twitch every week with TTRPG actual plays, crafting, and gaming streams. Head to @TeamDevilsLuck on Twitter, or join our Discord for live notifications so that you know when the seals have been broken.